Being young, we also be cocky. Hey, we can play, you know. Then when you go play there, they damn it, I can't reach the mixer.
Yeah,
so
correct,
we had to like this.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
If you don't know, Andrew Chow is a legend of Zouk. He was there since like almost day one. His first song he come in, the crowd was like, "Rah!" We were like, yo, what's going on, Sal?
Okay, welcome to another episode of Reverie Podcast. Today we have a special guest, DJ Nash D. One time, let's go!
What's up, Project Revelry?
Is it DJ Nash D or Nash?
Nash D.
Yeah, initially it was like the reverse of your name, right? Which is like Danish, which is like Nash.
Yeah.
But then a lot of people cannot pronounce, so like, fuck it, you know. Don't bother correcting people. So let's bring it back all the way to the beginning, man. In the beginning, bro. So it's like, I believe that you started off with like trance music.
Yeah, I guess at that point in time, trance was picking up because the shuffle culture was pretty big.
2007.
Yeah, 2007, right? So yeah, I started off playing like a bit more like progressive house and trance with like urban vocals in it. So that's how like I kind of started.
Yeah, and the reception of the night was like pretty good.
Yeah.
Like everybody in front was like playing hip hop R&B, then suddenly coming 1:30, 6
Yeah, yeah.
p.m. Everybody was like, what?
Yeah.
And it was like dance night.
Yeah.
This was where?
Singapore Polytechnic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. So you all have your party at SP?
Yeah.
Then,
I mean, we were from Singapore Polytechnic DJ Club, right?
Ah.
Yeah, where we were mentored by none other than DJ Rattle.
Shout out Reto.
Yeah, so of course, learning the fundamentals of DJing, and then we have like cultivated our various styles lah. So from trance, how did it even became hip hop?
I think it was one gig I played. I don't know where. I went to play and I did that same set, but people wasn't vibing to it. And I was like, damn it. Okay, I gotta learn how to play hip hop now. But obviously, like I listened to a lot of hip hop, but just when it came to DJing, I just chose to DJ trance or like progressive house at that point in time. So then I was like, okay, since people like hip hop, I like hip hop, so that's how I started to learn hip hop.
And even before trance, let's throw back even further, throw far back, right? It is like bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were drummer,
Yeah.
keyboardist,
So
multi-instrumentalist.
Ish.
Wow. Please expand upon that. A lot of people don't know that side of you. Yeah.
So I started playing the piano when I was like, 5 years old. Then I did the whole ABRSM, grade 6, grade 7, whatever. Then I got damn bored of it. Moved to Singapore when I was 17. Then got into the Diploma of Music and Audio Technology, SP. So that's how I learned more about production, more about like, I wanted to be a live sound engineer at that point in time. Yeah. So that was my goal lah. Then I saw DJ Rattle DJing in the school. I was like, hey, this guy quite cool. Because when he DJ, when he scratch right, wow, his face is damn shook, bro. Then I'm like, okay, I want to be like him. So I just took it up as a hobby lah. Okay, maybe to supplement some of my skills. One thing led to another lah. So then just turned out DJ.
Maybe you can talk a little bit about your DMAT days, Diploma in Audio,
Music and Audio Technology.
Right? Where you had the opportunity to work with Black Eyed Peas, do like sound for them, and then Apple DA, Will I Am.
Yeah. So DMAT was like one of the first. I think it was the first course in music in Singapore. So we were like kind of the pioneers. I was like in the 3rd batch, I think. So all of my seniors are like amazing musicians. Like they when they were in like really the cream of the crop. Even now in Singapore, like people talk about Evan Low, like Adam Shah. These are very big sessionists in Singapore. And also, funnily enough, my classmate Ruben, he was actually in the pioneering team of Splice.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's actually sent out like invites to Splice when it first launched like many years ago. And we were like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And now we know Splice is like such a huge deal within the production scene lah.
Like for those of you who don't know what Splice is, right? Like you all download music to listen, right? Music producers download the samples, like the instrumentations and the ingredients to make the song. And to be a pioneering group in Splice is like such a huge deal. And now Splice is like a multi-million-dollar company, creating every single song from Calvin Harris all the way to like
one of the $1 million for my bank account also lah. Every month $15, bro. I give.
Fucking
Bro,
pain.
And what do you do with it?
I go do things lah. I go do things lah. Just not in the right frequency yet.
Yeah. So from DMAT, right, I have also met a lot of people. It's like, hey, you know DJ Nash D? Yeah, really, it's like a community. It's like a tight-knit community. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
And I think it's the beginning of where support local begin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fast forward to like literally the gig that we just went to, right? It's literally a bar outside of like it's a bar, and then beside the bar was Guzman, E. Gomez, and McDonald's. And everybody is just raving to like techno music.
Wow.
Yeah, and they no complaints and everything. And
Nice to see, man.
Yeah, it's really like a started from bottom, now we here kind of
Yeah.
moment. You know?
I mean, we used to do a lot of these kind of parties back
About
in
how
the day.
illegal
Illegal as hell, man.
Yeah, where we back in the day where we take all the classroom tables and then cable tie the classroom table together and we call that a stage.
Yeah.
And then after that, then we DJ to a bunch of people and and free entry. And then people from RP would come and then it caused us to play our first gig called Fat House, which recently we just had a podcast with DJ Shay. He like fondly remembers that, but he said that he never DJ that night.
Really?
He got DJ that night,
He got
right?
lah.
He said he only MC, he don't know how to DJ. Like,
No lah.
bluff, bro. That guy is bluff one.
Really, man?
Yeah, he know how to DJ, dude.
Try MC,
Yeah,
that
he
time
know
MC,
hip-hop, yeah.
He never used the mic also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Drunk.
We put the playback here. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Fuck, there's like so many things that we can expand upon from there. Then maybe like in SP, right? Like, what are some of the challenges that you face like when you start out as DJing? Of course, like we have like a mentor called Rattle. But then the thing is like I think DJing fundamentally itself has no structure lah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we don't really have much example. And from the date that we joined, which is like 2007 for you, 2008 for me, right? DJing history has only been like less than 50 years with the beginning of like Grandmaster Flash or something like that. So we don't really have much examples and role model to follow from. So how do you kind of like navigate your way through this like very confusing mess known as the entertainment industry, specifically DJing?
I think what I did first was look outside of Singapore, see what other people are doing like in the States. So back then, YouTube wasn't really a big deal.
Yeah, YouTube like haven't even come out until like 2010 or something.
Yeah,
like that, right?
wasn't really a big deal then. So the only way you could kind of know things is like by listening to mixtapes. And mixtapes also is a bit hard to find because like there was no Spotify or anything.
That time SoundCloud also nothing.
Yeah, so like not really SoundCloud also. So you had to like go to gigs or like somebody would put it up on the blogs or like music blogs and stuff like that. So you just have to download the MP3. Hopefully it's the correct one. It's not porn or something like. You know how last time you download music like you don't know.
You see the kbps like a bit much.
Yeah,
you know already
then
something
there was
wrong already.
Something wrong. Yeah. So that's how I kind of started. Then what I used to do is like every day just go out to all the different clubs. I didn't put myself in a box even back then. Like even though I was like a hip hop kind of DJ, but I went to listen to all kinds of genre. Went to like Double O, went to Zouk, went to MOS, Butter Factory, all the clubs I went to. I just stand there and see how these guys like do their sets.
I remember back in the day, right, when I don't even drink. I only started drinking when I was like 25. That is like 2015, right? I was like already in my pajamas back in the day. I was in this thing called pajamas, if you guys don't know. Then I'm like wearing my pajamas already. Then suddenly this number, hey, very familiar, DJ Nash D. Hey, we outside Rebel already, you want to come? Yeah, like, okay, fuck. Then I go.
Then he will come, yeah.
Yeah, then end up we club like 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like sometimes the Rattle will be busy and he can't guest list us. Then he's like, hey, fuck, don't trouble him, back cover. Fuck, back cover. Then we just go in.
Yeah.
And we just, then we are just partying to the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we weren't like party animals. We were like also there to like kind of observe.
Analytics a bit.
Yeah. We always like after the set ends, hey shit, okay, he did that, he did this. Then we try to like steal, like bite a bit of ideas from them, like put it into our sets also. You know, so I think that's how we.
And back in the day, we also learned the definition of what cheese is. Cheese, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
There were certain DJs when they got on, be like, okay, 7-Eleven, let's go. I wouldn't name names,
Hey, comment in the comment section below who you think it is, man. Yeah, fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Back in the days, yeah, crazy. Yeah, a lot of clubbings and right now, right, in the current era, every DJ is clubbing to hope to get an opportunity.
Yeah.
But for us, it wasn't back then. And we didn't even get an opportunity,
No.
if you think about
Yeah,
it.
we
We
didn't.
literally just go club,
Yeah.
we support Rattle,
Yeah.
we admire his skill,
Yeah.
and then we want to see how he do the same thing in a different night and how it can achieve a different result.
Yeah.
And we don't even think about playing in the place that he played.
Correct.
And I feel like back then, right, even if we think about he offered us, I think we wouldn't even take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't even take it.
A very, very big deal to even.
Yeah,
DJ.
for us it's like a reverence.
Yeah,
We respect him so much.
Yeah.
So it's of course very different now.
Yeah.
And I don't even know where the fuck I'm trying to go with this point. Yeah.
What's the difference now? Like
Now, right, it's like
Yeah.
when you play a gig, right, 90% of the crowd you see is the DJs. They're trying to score a gig from you. Yeah. So I wouldn't say it's bad. I would say it's different. I guess done were the days where people are just here to enjoy music, lah.
Yeah.
The pure innocence.
Yeah.
Enjoy music. Everybody's here like kind of like for an agenda or something like that. Yeah, but I would say that's the only way the scene can grow. You know, like when I spoke to Echo, right, it's like we're talking about like selling out and not selling out, right? He said that right, you need to have like enough shareholders of the scene, right, to keep it running, Yeah, you can't just have like purists. If not, the money cannot circulate and the facilities cannot grow, lah. Yeah. So from SPDJ, we go to a lot of clubbing, and then we kind of like start to know more people, and then from there we got our first major club gig at Zouk, where we were completely demolished by Andrew Chow.
Demolished.
Please, remind us how that happened.
So when we got this gig was LENERD.
Via SP lah.
Yeah, LENERD, myself, and now he's called Party with Jay, but back then he was called Stalak Stekad. He went through a few names lah. And he's my colleague now.
He was like our 1 year DJ senior.
Yeah, and he was the best really. Yeah.
Fucking advanced.
Advanced. Mad.
He knows what's DJ
No,
City.
you know that time, right? Like I was wondering where this Stylus the cut went, Then after I see Party with Jay, then I look at his face, right? I'm like, that's you, what? This is where your name changed. Yeah, like, oh, he changed his name.
Yeah.
I think damn long, man.
Cannot, bro. Name change only. Not gender change only.
No, because like normally people change name will say something, But at that time when I was following him, nothing like
He
changed.
changed his Instagram handle lah.
Yeah, but I'm not following this one,
Oh.
That's why I like, hey, where he go?
Maybe he delete you lah.
Probably, yeah. Hey, don't lie. I don't so much shit, bro. I don't bash, bro.
Hey, I don't want to stir shit one, man. But they stir their own shit, bro. I don't stir shit, okay?
Yo, man, it's only like 12 minutes in and we already want to bomb the whole
we
world
haven't even
already.
drink
Want to
anything yet.
bomb the
What the
whole
hell,
world
man?
already.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so he's clearly more advanced than us in many ways. Like even like DJing techniques and the place to search for resources, right? He knows everything really. And then we just like, wow.
Yeah.
So somehow we got a gig with him.
Correct. So we three of us, and then it was a school party. So like SP kind of bought out Zouk early hours, threw a party for the students lah.
Zouk and Chucky, by the way.
And Zouk and Chucky in the main room. And then they obviously had one resident to come and play with us. So Andrew Chow was the guy lah. And if you don't know, Andrew Chow is a legend of Zouk. He was there since like almost day one. He basically built Future and that whole hip hop and pop sound. Extremely talented DJ, very, very, very clean mixing, and he mixes like 100 songs in like 20 minutes, something like that. It's mad. So we knew this going in, but being young, we also be cocky. Hey, we can play a Zouk, no. You
have to see to believe it.
Yeah. Then when you go play there, I think, damn it, I can't reach the mixer. Because last time at Zouk, the main room, they were rotary mixers at the bottom.
They have mixer to the mixer.
Yeah. So we had to like this. Then you're like, okay, this is weird. Okay,
Weird.
So we played lah. I think I can't remember the order now. But like after we played that, Andrew Chow was like, oh okay, I'm gonna come and play, but I don't want to play so long because like you guys, obviously I want you all to play because it's your night. It was very, very nice about it lah. It's like I'm just gonna do like
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes. Then you all just have fun lah.
30 minutes extra.
Okay lah. His first song coming, the crowd was like okay lah.
Grooving.
Like grooving lah. His first song he come in, I think it was Complicated. Ever Loving. It was just from the intro. Just like, yo, what's going on, Sal?
Yeah, then he straight away mix Umbrella, straight away mix another song, and then he just put in a CD.
And he was using CDs.
Put in a CD.
He was using CDs.
Oh, what the fuck?
He was using one song, one CD.
Then he turned behind, changed CD.
Yeah. And the crowd is going bonkers. Three of us behind, like, goddamn.
The sound quality, the song quality.
That was the difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everything. The mixing.
So amazing. Like his sound quality was we were so far behind him. And the remixes he had, and he knew which songs to play. And we were just like, okay lah, you win lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rude awakening, but yeah.
So in 30 minutes, one time.
No, within like the first 1 minute, we like, okay.
We died.
We did it.
1 minute is like 5 songs already, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like do a routine, bro.
Yeah. And his face is damn chill.
Yeah.
Just like,
It sounds very fast, bro, but the movement very slow, bro.
yeah.
Relax only.
Relax.
Change CD, change CD.
After that, okay lah. You all take over the view like,
How? Yeah, you all take over.
No, we 3-person figure out how to take
yeah,
over.
yeah.
We
You
like-
3%.
You all get into harder.
Yeah, we go to harder like, okay, who's gonna take this? Who's gonna do this now? Yeah. Wow.
So before the Andrew Chow devastation, right, we had to do like a guest set for one of the young, up and coming and prominent rapper.
Yes, correct. That's how how I met Shigga Shay. So he was one of the rappers. He was also from SP. And at that time he didn't have a DJ. So they invited him to do like a set like a 3-4 song set. So this guy comes up to 3 of us. It was like, can somebody play my music for me? Then both of them like, then like, it's like you don't know who's this guy. Then we was like, who are you, man? Like we also never DJed for a rapper before, right?
Right.
So like, okay, fine. I just play. So I played, and that's how our relationship started. From that gig onwards. So I think like maybe a couple of weeks later, hey bro, I'm playing at this another school. You wanna come and like DJ for me? And I'm like, okay lah, whatever lah. Yeah. So that's how our
So before that, you all don't know each other.
don't know.
Oh.
I heard of him, but like never.
He's like our junior.
He's our junior. Yeah, 2 years of junior, I think. Yeah, then when we did our parties in school, then we invited him to do like Sweet Escape and stuff like that. So, yeah. So that was the start of the relationship with Zuba. A lot of good memories.
And then from still within Poly, he sort of established his own group called Grizzle Grind Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like a hip hop collective of multiple rappers and DJs, beatboxers, like supporting this one common goal lah. And you are one of the founding members.
Yeah.
I was like maybe a sessionist for myself. I was more like a sessionist. I'll come in whenever you guys need my help. And then what was like the end goal there when you all first created it? Did you all have an end goal in mind, or just like let's get together and do music, you know, that kind of?
I think the goal was just to push hip hop lah. Because at that point in time, Shigga was already kind of blowing up, and then obviously he needed like a team to work with him lah. So we had Oz Kid. So Oz was the guy that was his classmate and did all the video work for him. So all his music videos and everything was shot, and I was obviously the DJ. Then Shigga actually produces all this stuff on his own back then. So we 3 of us like, okay lah, yeah, it's quite a cool unit. We can do things together. So that's how we like formed that crew, 3 of us, and then we started adding more members. Like got Tosh Rock, William, then LENERD, Nero. Then everybody like started like, hey, can I join your crew? Like started hitting us up and stuff like that lah. So, but the goal was just to push like hip hop in Singapore, because nobody was really kind of doing that as a group. Yeah, everybody was doing it individually, so we wanted to do it like, as a group.
Yeah, so from there, we also kind of got quite a lot of like pop-up venues, which further solidified our footing in Singapore clubbing. We first got Supper Club or something.
Yeah.
We did like a Supper Club thing, and then we did a Bianca.
Yeah.
Then after that, then we did a Future.
Yeah.
Oh, Bianca.
Yeah.
So all of those were like hip-hop-esque hosting parties that start off like that.
Yeah.
But when the night progresses, it began to sound more open format.
Yeah.
To keep the crowd like in a sense. We kind of had to do our job.
Yeah.
And we developed that common understanding between us and Shigga Shay lah.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, so from there, you went on to do more Shigga Shay projects and roped in fellow producer LENERD.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how did that like threesome relationship blossom? Yeah.
I think LENERD started by sending music to, I don't know whether was it to me. I think to me, he sent me to me and to Shigga, I think on Facebook or something.
Yeah.
Then like when he studied in, I think Temasek Poly or NYP. I'm gonna blunder this, but either one of these 2 polys. Then when we went to perform there, he came to see us.
Yeah.
So that's when like, okay, this guy is cool. Because for us, it's like you can be mad talented, but if we can't vibe with you, right, then probably not lah. But he was a cool kid, and then he's also very talented. So that's how that whole relationship started. Then he's now doing music for NDPs.
Yeah. Recently, he got like all the Channel News Asia mic in his face.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm gonna be president next.
Yeah.
His Insta story. Yeah. So, yeah, yeah, like what you brought up, right? It's kind of something that I also learned recently, right? Is that skills is not actually the number one deciding factor in like a success of a unit. It's really like that kind of like synergy, long-term synergy. We should look at all the successful K-pop band, where you look at like Ming Portrait and the artist that he's touring with, right? At the end of the day, it's like how you vibe with the person, and then from there you like figure out how to make things work. Oh shit! Yeah, and that's like kind of like the long game. Hey, sorry. Okay. Anyway, this is all gonna be uncut as well.
It's like, damn it, guys, gotta edit this.
No need. Really. Yeah. So, anyways, right. So, from Shigga Shay, how did you also solidify your own branding and artistry as well? Because I think for a long period, you kind of like were in the zone as Shigga Shay's DJ.
Yeah.
You know, we had like kind of like a couple of conversations about it, and then you were not only a hip hop DJ, but you were an entertainer.
Yeah, correct.
Correct. So how did you like break out of that as well as maintain whatever you have with Shigga? So
Yeah, I think like
quite difficult.
the way I see it, like even from the beginning, is like the stuff I do with Shigga is with Shigga, and I compliment him. He's the rock star, right? He's the star of the show. I am like behind him, support him always, you know. But individually, I'm my own rock star, a superstar in my own.
Kind of like Questlove and the band.
Yeah, correct. So I very early on I try to put these two things together. So if you were to think about it as a DJ for a rapper, right, then you as an individual, you should only be playing hip hop music. But I didn't put myself into that box lah.
Yep.
I played like EDM and whatever that needed to be played, because at the end of the day, for me, I feel as a DJ, yes, I love good music, but sometimes the main job for a DJ is to be an entertainer.
Yeah.
People are taking money to come in to have a good time, forget about their work worries and whatever, and then you stand there like try to educate them. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Right? So that, for me, that is my mentality lah. So when I went and did my club gigs, I just went ahead with the whole entertainer kind of mindset, and that's how I progressed these two careers lah. So it's like kind of separate, but like together at the same time.
Yeah, and from there you can kind of like use the entertainment flair to level up the Shigga Shay performance element.
Yes.
Which now you have, I felt like now you are the conductor in the Shigga Shay band.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you can let us know a little bit about your involvement with Shigga Shay and the kind of routines that you have to go through, like your job scope in a sense, putting together the bands and.
Yeah, so we started off as just a duo, me and him. Then let's try to elevate this. Then we got like a sessionist to come in. So we got like a bassist and drummer. Then obviously these two people, the bassist and the drummer, they don't really DJ for like hip hop acts. They were like in bands, right? So I had to kind of like, Shigga told me like, okay, they are amazing musicians, but you got to like kind of guide them in like how do we want this to sound like. It should be still sounding like a hip hop band. So that was my role lah. So whenever we go to sessions, we always ask my opinion, like, okay, what kind of drum fills you want to use, what kind of bass lines you want to use. Then I was also working on Ableton, taking out like different tracks, and then also sending out the tracks to everybody, click tracks and everything. So that's what I was doing.
The click track is like the secret to the whole entire magic.
Yeah.
So you will basically play a series of clicks like metronome.
Yeah.
And then you will send to them.
Yeah.
And then they will play in time lah.
Yeah, correct.
To the track you want to play.
Correct.
So everything is started from Ableton, and then you will DJ layers above it.
Yeah, so I will run like Ableton. I think one point in time I was using Ableton and Serato at the same time. Yeah. So the Serato was just for me to scratch samples. I wasn't the actual track was coming out from Ableton.
Oh.
And that's how I sent to all the band members. And eventually we ended up with a full band. We had like keyboardists, like backup singers and stuff like that. So that was quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so difficult to find sessionists, and when you find the right one, you tend to stick with.
Yeah.
You tend to stick with them.
And the thing is, like, we work with very, very like big names in the sessionist world, right? So their scheduling is insane. So I was like kind of in charge of like, hey guys, are you free Monday at like 12?
Oh, you the scheduling guy.
Yeah, so it's
Fuck, man, that's the worst, bro. That's the fucking worst.
So every time we get a chance to practice, right, we make sure that everybody's ready, everybody knows their part. We come there and just learn and then bang out the set. Because we got no time to learn the song during the
I wasn't really involved in that band, but I've been to 2 or 3 of the session jam, right? And it's a very rushed session.
yeah.
It's like, oh shit, show coming already.
Yeah.
We left 3 weeks, then 3 weeks, 3 sessions, like fast, you know. Everybody gotta get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But credit to the sessionists that they can get it very fast.
Yeah. Of course, yeah, it helps when individually they are like very
Amazing,
good, amazing musicians. And once in a while, you also have guest acts, and that's how we met Charlie Lim.
Yes, Charlie Lim, yeah.
So one of the best vocalists as well.
Yeah.
And I think did he have like a collab with Shigga?
Yes, I think one track, yeah.
One track, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. Like I don't understand how whatever come out from his mouth, right? It's like sound like the CD. Right?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's next level.
Mad talented.
Yeah. So probably last thing about Shigga before we go back to you, right, is that right now he's on to China with his venture, and recently I've seen he's like collaborating with a Taiwanese artist as well.
Yeah, Iso,
And what was that decision like? Because I guess he has been trying to break into that English market a lot with A$AP Ferg, with J Park, but why that sudden kind of change in direction? Is it because the rise of Asia in the whole entire landscape of music?
I guess so. Like maybe a few years back, the idea was to go to LA. So he was going to LA quite a lot.
Yes, correct. He go LA a lot.
Yeah, he was going to US a lot, trying to break into that market. But then after we realized that why do we need to go so far when there is like actually like a gold mine and it's a very big population over here, and plus with the introduction of like rap in China.
Higher Brothers.
Yeah, so you see that actually we don't really need the Western media. We can just live off within the Asian community. So I think that was his ideology and mentality lah. So right now we are working towards like breaking into the China market, into the North Asian market a bit more lah.
And I think Shigga is mainly English speaking Singaporean, very similar to myself. And of course, it's very difficult to go full native Chinese.
Yeah, so he's learning lah.
Yeah, what's the challenge like? Is he going for classes or he just expose more lah, stay in the country more?
Yeah, so he can speak Mandarin. Pretty well, but there is also obviously a different way of speaking Mandarin when you go onto like TV shows, and there's like a more formal way of speaking lah. So I guess that's his challenge now to like kind of learn a bit more on how to do that lah.
Yeah, and I like how the Taiwanese guy play ball, help him
Yeah.
and introduce whatever. And
Yeah.
kind of, it's perfect. Even myself also, I'm like so nervous when like even like LENERD 早报 want to do interview. I'm like, how do I even, there's like a we've been like brainwashed to so long, right? There's no other better way to put it, right? But follow the ways of our colonial masters, right?
Yo, I don't want to be cancelled, man.
Fuck, bro. We should be cancelled in episode 5, now episode 20 already, bro. Too late already, bro. Too fucking late, okay? Yeah, but it is what it is, And right now, support local has really gone beyond support local. It's now support Southeast Asian and now eventually support Asia.
Yeah.
And I think Asia as a continent itself is like really big. Asia and the continent itself is physically and population-wise bigger than US.
Correct.
But of course, they are more in the media, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Do you see that Asia gonna take over overseas, like the west side, or it's gonna like merge?
I don't think it's gonna take over because like language is still different. Right?
Yes, correct.
So it's like if you look at things, right? Like the biggest artists are actually not even English speaking. They're like Spanish. Look at Bad Bunny and like J Balvin. These guys are the biggest artists in the world. Like even back then, like Pitbull is like everybody listens to Pitbull, right? You don't know what the hell he's saying, but like everybody listens to Pitbull. So
It sounds fucking good, man.
I already can hear him counting 1, 2, 3. That's how I know. Then lead, bro. Enough, bro.
exactly. So I don't think it's gonna take over, but it's gonna. I think it really is a very big deal, Like we did the Made in China show in Marquee, right? And it's sold out like within like what, a few hours.
With like
So it's
Psyche
insane.
and
Yeah,
all that.
it's insane. Yeah, so it's really big already lah. Yeah.
Okay, then from there, right, we look at people like Inquisitive and Wukong, right? Would you say that they are in the same direction as Shigga Shay? Not genre-wise though, but strategy-wise.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, they're looking more inward rather than to the west. Because like even with Wukong and Leon and like even like Blink also as well, right? So they're all like, okay, why do we need to play other people's music? Like when because it's our culture. I'm Indian, but like Asian wise, right?
Yeah.
It's like just embrace ourselves, like play off your roots, and that people also. It's easier for people to like grasp onto as
Easy
well.
for them to relate also lah.
Correct.
Would you
Yeah.
say it's actually harder, right, to be an Asian artist compared to an American artist? Why I say that is because America, right, only has, I think, 3 main languages, which is like English, Spanish, and maybe Portuguese. But in Asia, there's
Yeah.
so fucking many languages
Yeah.
and so many dialects.
Singapore already got
You
4,
Hokkien
bro.
and Teochew already want to fight already.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you even talk about Tamil
Yeah.
or maybe Sinhalese?
Yeah.
Sinhalese, is it a language or a race? Sinhalese is like race, right?
Yeah.
But what do they speak? Like Sri Lankan or something?
Tamil lah, yeah.
Tamil, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have like the Filipinos, they speak their Tagalog.
Yeah.
And then also have Hainanese, so many.
Yeah.
And then it's like, if it's a banger, right, wouldn't it be even harder to penetrate because they're so segmented in Asia?
I guess so in a way, but then there's also like the major languages, right? Like there's still Mandarin,
Mandarin is the biggest
the
lah.
biggest one. Like
Yeah.
Tamil within the in Indian,
Yeah.
Tamil and Hindi is the
Yeah.
biggest, right?
Hindi is bigger.
Hindi is the
bigger.
official language of India, so everybody in India must learn Hindi.
Okay.
So that's the big, the biggest
But
language. lah.
Singaporean Indians is mostly
South Indians, so we speak Tamil more. But I'm not even Tamil, I'm Malayali. So I'm from also south part of India, my grandparents, and I speak Malayalam. So that's even like a smaller pool of people. Yeah, but everybody can understand Tamil. lah.
is the language like same but different? Like for example, UK English, US
No,
English,
it's
or
different.
very different.
It's like Hokkien and Teochew.
Hokkien Teochew is like UK English. Yeah,
Right.
Like
Okay.
the slang. Yeah.
Maybe like Mandarin and Hokkien.
Oh yeah.
Like that,
Fucking
like that.
different. Very
Yeah, like that.
different.
Yeah,
Very different.
yeah, like that. There's certain words will be the same, but like most of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So from breaking into Asia, are you looking at doing something like that yourself? Because I remember one day where you were forced to play a K-pop night.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the days lah.
Where was it?
Freaking at Zouk or something.
Yeah.
Wow, K-pop night.
Did I do? Yeah, I think so.
You had to what?
Yeah.
One K-pop night, and then you had to play like also Total Record. You had to play
Yeah, Total
J-Cho.
Record, yeah. Yeah.
There's also like multiple
Yeah,
occasions like that. So do you find like it's like added difficulty? I remember you were like asking your Chinese friends like, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, how you go
how
about
you
it?
search, bro, the song?
Yeah.
My wife, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Straight up.
Secret weapon right there. Yeah.
I will reject, yeah. You know, like if I have a gig, right, like freelancer ask me play Chinese
No,
song.
that was because like it was during COVID, and then like, they
Right.
wanted to do like a Mandarin like Asian night. I think. Yeah, so they were like, "Yo, can you like play some like Chinese, put some Chinese songs into the Spotify playlist?" Then like, okay, I know a few songs lah, but obviously my repertoire isn't that big, so I asked my wife lah. I say,
It's
"What
probably the
songs-
same
what
few
songs
songs you sing at K, bro.
Correct. No, it's the 72 songs. Yeah. So it's the Mania version, but then I played the original songs lah.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know the song title,
yeah,
all this,
yeah.
I don't know. So I just like, she would just play a few songs. Oh, I know this song actually. Then she asked, how you know all the songs? Then I have to say that.
What the fuck?
Oh, yo, wow. Then like that. So when you managed to find the whole process damn stressful, ah.
It wasn't stressful because I enjoy music.
Oh, okay.
And I like, even though within the whatever language or whatever genre, right, I always try to find my own like flavor and like stuff that I like. So like it wasn't like stressful or what, it was like very interesting to me. Yeah.
I think during COVID, right, is like rather than focusing on the negatives, you are focusing on
I mean, yeah,
Chinese
you have
songs,
nothing
bro.
else to focus on. Your whole,
Focus on Chinese songs,
your
bro.
whole 24-hour negative, bro. Really.
Yeah. Correct. So like, okay lah, got something to do, then
Right,
learn more things. Yeah.
Speaking about that, we can also transition to how you got into Zouk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wow, that's one major one, man.
Yeah.
Fucking one more hour, bro. So, tell us a little bit about your journey on how you enter Zouk. Because I think when you enter Zouk, right, you had a exclusive deal to do or rather to jumpstart a hip hop night
Yeah.
at Zouk.
Yeah.
Because Zouk don't really have a major hip hop night going
Yeah.
on, which is like something that they are lacking.
Yeah.
They are very strong on the dance music front.
Yeah.
So maybe you can expand on that.
Yeah. Okay. So before I joined Zouk, I was with Refuge and Q. So predominantly just playing hip hop. But at the same time, I was doing nights with DJ Matthew and Drop It, the old future.
So you got once a month thing.
Once a month. Yeah. So that night I was playing EDM. So I was kind of in that Zouk ecosystem of like part timers already.
Yeah.
And then like whenever like DJ Ghetto or Matthew was on leave, then I would come in to cover and stuff like that lah. So I already was quite familiar with them, with Zushan and Biden and Matthew at that point in time. So when Kyo and Refuge closed, they asked me to take over Solid Gold. So Solid Gold was their main hip hop night in Zouk. So when Solid Gold decided to do something else, they wanted to leave Zouk and explore different venues. They wanted me to come in with a concept to kind of do like a hip hop night lah at Zouk. It was supposed to be once a month. So we were in that conversation already, and then I don't know what happened. I think one of the resident DJs left. Then there was a vacancy. Then okay, you just join full time lah.
It's Lindsay again, right?
What was it?
Lindsay, what? Right?
No.
Lindsay. After Resident DJ left.
No, not Lindsay.
After Lindsay.
Andrew Tang.
Ah, Andrew Tang. Yeah. That's after Lindsay.
Yeah,
After
so
Lindsay.
Andrew Tang left, and then like there was a vacancy there. Like, okay lah, you just come on board and join us. Because it was a big issue because I'm not Singaporean, right? So and I wasn't even PR at that point in time, so it was a bit difficult like applying for all the passes and all that. But yeah, we made it work lah.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah, it's quite difficult. You need to have like S pass to work in Singapore.
Yeah.
And of course, why choose him to become the hip hop resident is also because he has already built up a repertoire of following and credibility within the hip hop scene itself.
You got see the Refuge Nights, no, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, hip hop, bro.
Being the DJ for Shigga Shay,
Yeah.
being I think head DJ and also one of the managers, right? You are doing everything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
Refuge.
yeah.
And you also DJ at Q every Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah, so you build a following with Q Thursdays, which they try to acquire to create Thursday Night Hustle.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
So that's also another night. So Sin City, which is his monthly big hip hop night, or
Once a month.
Once every 2 months, right?
Yeah, it started off once, yeah, correct.
Every 2 months.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So Sin City is a big one, but you still need the every month filler, right?
Yeah.
Which is the Thursday Night Hustle.
Every
which is
Thursday.
Every Thursday at Capital. So maybe you can let us know a little bit about the difference between Thursday Night Hustle and Sin City.
Yeah, so Thursday Night Hustle is basically like a fun night. Because for the mentality, like when we were at Q, it was like for girls to come out and party after work. And then like Thursday, for me, like the people who come out on Thursday are the people who really, really want to party. Not necessarily got work.
Yeah.
But these people don't care. They just want to party. So it's damn fun to DJ for people on a Thursday, in my opinion, lah, because people are really out there to like really party one.
Yeah.
But the age limit
So
higher.
age limit is higher, like, a bit more older. So it's like working girls and guys. So they like maybe they have sealed like a multi-million-dollar deal at work, so they come and celebrate. So that's how.
Bro, it's the kind.
That's good idea.
It's the kind on Thursday, you say like, hey, you want party? No, tomorrow go work. Fuck it! That's all the people there, bro. Everyone can say fuck it. All the people there.
All the fucking people there.
Correct.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
It's exactly that.
Yeah, that's why it's like fucking fun. Yeah,
So
I feel it felt good.
Yeah. So music-wise, so it reflects that. The Thursday music was like a lot more R&B focused. Was a lot more like girl-friendly, your pop hits. A little bit of hip hop, but like it wasn't like the new school hip hop lah. It was like
More
a bit more
singing, less
throwback.
rapping.
Correct, more singing, less rapping. But then Sin City was like, okay, that's where I go like, okay, all the new
Turn up
hits
lah.
and turn it up lah. Like Travis Scott, Drake, Lil Yachty, yeah, all that kind of vibe.
And then with big room comes big room challenges for hip hop
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. So big room, I guess, is like more main for big room music lah.
Yeah.
But when hip hop enters big room, right? What's the main challenge that you focus?
So what I did was when I moved to the big room, I didn't stick to strictly hip hop. I found like different edits. So back then, like trap was kind of big, like the EDM kind of trap. So I would use like the hip hop vocals with the trap drop. So that would have the effect of like EDM kind of like the same kind of feeling lah. So and then I also infused like Jersey Club in it as well. So give that tempo as well to the night. Yeah. So
correct.
that was the formula lah, I guess, for Sin City. Yeah.
Is definitely a lot different from its predecessor, which is Solid Gold,
Yeah.
which is more dancer centric.
Yes.
Yeah, this one is more like turned up
Yeah.
party culture,
Yeah.
semi Vegas popping
Yeah.
bottles kind
Yeah.
of vibes.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, definitely very cool. And then from there, Zouk, then comes the pandemic lah.
Yeah.
Right now. And then how from there, how did we even like manage to survive for like 2 years?
Yeah, so like in Zouk, I was just the resident for 1 year. Then eventually I ended up like doing bookings. I was helping Zushan out.
DJ booking manager.
DJ bookings. Then when Zushan left, I was given the task to like kind of like hit the thing with Wayne back then. So I was more into management and less into DJing. So that for me, it just came to me. I didn't plan for it. I always wanted to be a DJ, but then this thing came to me. I was like, okay, let's try it out. Like it's a good skill set to learn, which I'm very thankful for. Like, you know, now I understand like how the music industry works, how the DJ industry works. I even went to ADE, you know, so all these things that you really open your eyes and see a lot of things. And then when the pandemic hit, obviously because I was the DJ manager, I was given the task of like to manage all the other DJs kind of and then give everybody like tasks and all that. So that was predominantly my work during the pandemic and doing live streams, working with Lazada, working with like Razer, and we learned how to live stream and everything. I mean, we did that together. So that was like
we do everything, man.
Yeah, we did everything
Wash cup, waitering, bling lights for
to
Absolute.
hosting for Lazada. Yeah.
Hey, this is the Zouk t-shirt.
Yeah. Used to do that.
Yeah, so DJ booking manager, very interesting. I think a lot of people don't know, right? But Zouk has a very robust system of their DJ and their hierarchy. And on top of all of that is head of entertainment.
Yeah.
And you are like 2 tiers below head of entertainment.
I guess.
Right, assistant booking manager, then head of entertainment, right? So head of entertainment and their booking managers will always go to the yearly Amsterdam dance event where you will witness the birth of DJ Mac Top 100, DJ Mac Top 200 clubs, you know. And then from there you will go to various booths, spinning booths, Barong family booths, and then you will like talk to the DJs and schedule maybe the next 12 months of booking. Right. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about that experience, about what was the itinerary like? It's super rush, you know. From what I can feel, it's like, hey, dude, you're talking to Skrillex and Butter a deal. Hey, can you give me cheaper or not, please? You know, that kind of thing.
Something like that. I think because like obviously there were other people from Singapore who went to ADE as well, but then we had like a lot of preferential treatment, which I got to notice, and then I found out, oh damn, like Zouk has a very big standing within the global dance scene. Like a lot of people couldn't have meetings with people we had meetings with. Like we had meetings with like Anna agency, then Anna herself came down, like just Hardwell's agency, right? And we had meetings with so many different people. We had lunch with Steve Aoki, you know, we met Tiesto, we met Hardwell, like all these people, like, and the whole itinerary was like daytime, just meeting. Every meeting was like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Going, touch base. We had our CEO come with us as well. So it's me, Andrew Lee, and Wayne. Wayne used to be the GM for Zouk. So that was the three of us. So we go in, talk to them, like Amin's agency, whoever that we need to talk to, we're going to talk to. And then at night, we go and see all the parties. So it was like day and night. It was like chaos.
So Amsterdam dance event is in the main capital or something.
Yeah.
And then you have to take a bus or a cab to the various small cities. They also have their own parties also. It's like freaking happening.
Yeah, super happening. Yeah. Then you get to see like all sorts of music. Yeah, but actually I never even went to maybe just one club, but everything else was just in like warehouses, or museums, or like just weird ass places and just throw parties in the office. And
licensing is like not a problem for them, man. Like nothing on it. No limit, and that's why I guess that's how they can get as creative as they want.
Yeah, and also by attending those parties, like when you go for meetings, everybody's like kind of like has an agenda, and everybody's like
more
reserved. But when you go to the parties at night, right, you get to over a drink, bond with them a little bit more, and that's how like you create those kind of very important relationships,
In our 4 podcasts ago, we were interviewing doppelgangers, and then they were saying that in one night, right, they got so many deals in Amsterdam alone by just partying with people, right, more than the entire year in Singapore. Yeah, it's very possible, right? They are very willing to work and very open-minded as well, and of course the opportunity there is like way more.
They have a lot more parties,
Yeah, correct. More demand than supply of DJs.
More demand. Like even you go talk to the taxi driver, so he knows what's AD. So it's that level. Yeah, everybody is into dance music. It's their culture there.
Yeah, it's like the radio is dance music.
Correct. Yeah, it's their culture there. This is very different from here.
Yeah, and of course, not only meetings and festivals, but also panels and conferences where they do interviews, podcasts. And then from there, you can like do Q&A and that kind of stuff. And then, what was the process like brokering deal for like probably the next 6 months? Do you go booth to booth, like say that, hey, potentially we want to book you?
Because we were Zouk, right?
People come to your Oh shit!
Everybody wanted to talk to us, so we had to like kind of reject people.
Whoa!
All the smaller fellas.
So I start, bro. Hey.
So you feel like shit,
Relax.
you up a bit. Yeah, really. We had
Wow.
like because everybody wanted to play at the time lah.
Ah.
Yeah, everybody wanted to play at Zouk. So we like, okay, chill guys.
Who were the notable ones, right, that approached you? Swedish House Mafia.
So like because the thing with Zouk is like back then we already had the relationship with all these big artists.
Oh.
So it was more of like, okay, how's your schedule looking like?
Already confirmed already lah.
Yeah, how's your schedule looking like? Okay, maybe I think that point in time we're talking to Rehab or something, like maybe for a residency, a year-long residency.
Damn, Rehab is a fucking bro, man.
Yeah, come and do like 3 shows a year at Zouk. And so we're thinking of stuff like that, or maybe like go on a cruise at Zouk. Yeah, so different kind of plans. And then we were also thinking of opening up Zouk Vegas at the point in time. So that was also in the conversation.
Like 2018, 2017 kind
Yeah,
of thing.
then we had also Zouk out. So like, okay, maybe you do one show at a club, one show in Vegas, then one show at Zouk out. So how can it work? This is more of like the show is done. It's more of like, okay, the additional things. Do you want to merge with us and stuff like that? Yeah.
Damn.
So it's like a bit different.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't understand, man. Like Zouk is really like serious, man. Like the legacy they have built over the 32 years is really it's really impactful, and I guess that's really the way that you play the game rather than open close. Yeah. And then through COVID, we definitely had a lot of challenges, and then from there, I guess you also had how to say the intention to just be an entertainer rather than an admin person, which I guess is also one of the many reasons that marks your transition to Marquee.
Yeah.
So maybe you can let us know about that journey and that decision. Was it like a very difficult decision, or was it like seamless?
Yeah. So during COVID, I think we had this conversation. I had a conversation with you. I wanted to quit DJing. Like, okay, yeah, COVID's not gonna
head hunting or something.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so I actually wanted to go and be like a headhunter, like a recruitment agency.
Because you got the experience, right?
Not
DJ Bookie, right?
Not headhunters,
No.
Headhunters, bro. Headhunter, bro. Yeah, different, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually went for interviews while I was still at Zouk because like we didn't see the end of COVID, and I was like, yo, I think this one not happening.
Yeah, how was it? Like when you during COVID, right? Then you like, wow, I don't know when this gonna end, bro.
Yeah, so that's how I like that, because like, okay, my housemates also like they were into investment.
Yeah.
And then we always talk about like life and like what do we do things like beyond DJing and beyond nightlife. So I got me thinking, what do I like? I like nice stuff. How to get nice stuff? I like to wear like gold, nice watch, nice shoe, all this, right? How to get all this thing? Money, bro.
Yeah lah.
So that's how I kind of got into investment, and then from there I like started to open my eyes a little bit, like what are the other industries that were around lah. And somebody told me like, why don't you try like headhunting? So I went to do a little bit more research. I went for interviews. I started talking to them, but I couldn't get a job because I was not
Singaporean.
not Singaporean. So they were very difficult. Same issue lah. Oh, you can't really get you a pass. We only give for Singaporeans and PR and stuff like that, because it's obviously a quota, and like the Singapore government does a very good job in like protecting the
Interest of Singaporeans.
correct. Yeah, so that's a very good thing lah, but it's bad for me lah. Obviously I'm not Singaporean, right?
Yeah.
So that's when I started to think about life a little bit more. I think during the whole COVID process, like I had a bit of enlightenment lah. Like I grew up a bit. Like, okay, what do I really want to do? Do I really want to do bookings? And like then I started thinking back at what was my initial spark to enter nightlife lah. I want to be a DJ, the best DJ I can ever be. Like I don't know where that is, but like that was the goal lah. So that's how that whole transition happened to Marquee lah.
And then for his position is very different, because for me I'm Singaporean, right? So I can just think about DJ all day long. But for him, he has to first think about how to stay in Singapore. That's a very difficult decision also. Yeah. And how did that Marquee opportunity come up?
So I left Zouk first. Yeah, because I got my PR. I got my PR already. Then okay, now I can stay here. Nobody will say anything, right? So I decided to just take a leap of faith. Like, okay, I need to get out. Yeah, because like the bookings and everything was like very confusing. It was very confusing and very difficult for me. I had like a lot of anxiety, like, and I wasn't really good at bookings. And that was really bad. It didn't bring me joy.
Administrative.
Yeah, it didn't give me joy at all. Some people really love it, but to me it was like, I want to be out there, like, DJing. So I feel that's my element, and that's what I'm best at. So when I got the PR, I had a lot of conversations with myself, my wife, right? And just decided like, okay lah, fuck it lah, quit lah. Just quit lah.
Is it the one you queue for passport 3 times?
No, that one is for my passport renewal.
Oh.
That one is
That was another story.
whole different episode.
Go back to DJ Nash D Insta story.
Whole different episode.
Yeah.
And so I just bite the bullet and just because at the back of my head I was like, okay, now if I still can tour, right? I can like go around Singapore, like so many clubs in Singapore. I can do a lot of like small parties. Because at that point in time, a lot of small pop-up parties were happening.
Yeah.
It's okay. I can still even go back to Malaysia and like DJ in KL or like in JB or wherever. Penang. So that was my mentality lah. I said, okay, I'm just gonna quit and then see where life takes me. I wanted to explore that. Then when I quit, like wow, then the bookings started coming like fast and furious. Like damn, I'm making more money than Zouk now. Yeah, it was quite crazy lah. Then I realized, because like maybe I was at Zouk, then like people didn't really dare to approach me. But now I'm like a free agent, like football free agent, right? Like okay, come.
It's like a Chiobu that just got single.
Yeah. I guess so.
I guess he was also in a position of like DJ Booker.
Yeah.
And he is like DJ Booker for international, not even DJ Booker for local.
Yeah.
So it's like there's like a certain level of reverence really for amongst his peers also. So people are like, hey, fuck Nash now, single already, I'm not Nash already. Start whack already, you know.
Yeah.
Then you start to get like more gig opportunities, overseas also pool offer, local also pool offer. Eventually, Marquee lah.
Then
of course, Marquee is by our ex-boss lah.
Yeah.
Which is ex-head of entertainment, DJ B, also known as DJ Formative, also known as Biden.
Yeah.
And then?
Yeah, so then I guess I got a call from Biden, then they were like, okay.
We need a floor president.
You're like,
we need somebody.
Hey, you free
Yeah, you free
Come lah.
Yeah, it was like that lah. Yeah, it was like that. Because I think Marquee was a bit short-handed. Kia, who is doing bookings, DJ bookings, helping Biden, was DJing. He was like me at Zouk lah. But he loved the admin stuff. He loves the admin stuff. He loves the bookings. He understands that gives him joy lah.
So hosting people also.
But he was DJing on the side to cover for the rest of the DJs. So he was like, I don't want to DJ so much. I just want to focus on admin stuff. So that's how like that conversation started lah. And because I was to be a PR, it was a lot easier for me to join the company lah.
Yeah. Speaking of PR, how did you manage to get a PR? Okay, of course the easy way is to like marry a Singaporean, right?
Yeah.
But how did you manage to get a PR while still being fully Malaysian? Like your wife is also Malaysian, right?
Yeah. So my wife is early PR.
Alright.
Yeah, and it's actually after 5 years, I think 3 years working in Singapore, you can already apply for permanent residency. Yeah. It's not that difficult. You just gotta wait lah. I think I waited like 9 months, 10 months. Yeah.
So they kind of like look at, okay, you contribute enough to Singapore's economy.
So I got to say like last time I worked with Singapore Tourism Board. I represent Singapore. Go here.
Last time I play Refuge, bro.
Refuge, I don't think will get me the PR lah. The shit we did there. Yeah, like play at Zoo, then we did F1, then all this kind of things. Zouk out.
We survived COVID.
Yeah. So I have to say like I helped Singapore in a way lah. I contributed to Singapore's like, entertainment scene lah.
Yeah. I think Singapore Tourism Board is like very tight with us lah. Zouk especially lah. Yeah. So at Marquee now, you are predominantly not playing hip hop lah.
Yeah.
Which is like the DJ Nash D element.
Yeah.
So as DJ Nash D as an entertainer, would you say that you have a sound or no sound, just whatever that rocks the crowd?
I feel I do have a sound, but it isn't encapsulated in a genre.
Yeah.
It's encapsulated in the energy.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the way I see myself. Yeah, I have a sound. Like whenever I play hip hop or like EDM or whatever genre, you know when I'm playing. It's the way I mix. And plus, like I get on the mic quite a lot as well. So you hear me screaming. So you will know it's me lah. So for me, I don't see genres anymore. I think that's a very old concept. And like people need to get out of it lah. Like, you know, like,
I guess it's like a new trend where like no walls between the genre.
Correct.
Coined by Ninja Tunes record label.
Yep.
Yeah, and of course we know Nash whenever he's DJing because the MCing is like very signature. You know?
Signature.
I would like to quote back then when I asked Nash when how you describe yourself? Or I just like to pump people, bro.
It's true, It's damn true, yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember the time.
This girl just gonna pump, bro.
I still remember the time. I think when he first played at Future then he was telling me, "Hey bro, you see how many songs I missed in 1 hour already?" Then I see,
check my history, bro.
fuck. Yeah. So yeah, I think I get what you mean by like the energy for your sound. I think I experienced it for myself. I think probably you also lah.
Yeah, and by being more progressive, right, actually is a weakness for open format DJ.
Yeah.
Because you have to like, this vibe wrong already, faster must adjust. So you're more like data points in a sense, like, you know, you can adjust for the vibe. Yeah, but then overall it's still up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
You know, it cannot be all the way.
Correct.
Yeah. And then we kind of like got that sensing, right, from actually our years of DJing together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember back then when Future was like, hey, fuck, Gallo is sick, man. So now Nash and you do back to back.
Yeah.
Jeremy Boone was like, Nash do back to back. Then at first we were like, actually don't need plan.
Yeah, don't even plan.
Don't
Don't even plan, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird, but like you never plan.
Yeah, we somehow our lives are just intertwined.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't like BOB, best of brothers or what. We just work together in the same industry, but for 15 years. And somehow the synergy just worked. I don't understand how it is.
Yeah.
And at one point in time, we had this collective known as Sweet Escape.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know whose idea it was.
I also don't know.
Hanif.
Possibly lah.
And he designed the sticker.
Yeah. Possibly
It's him. Yeah, so, what was your perspective of this? Like, how did it kind of begin? Like, by the way, Sweet Escape was like literally the beginning of our DJ career. So now we throw back again. So the timeline a bit weird.
I still remember when Escape LENERD still don't know how to wear cap, bro.
No.
He still wear the sweater, bro. The sweaty one. I still remember that.
What was it, man? It was like a escape.
I don't know how we started. I think we started in school. Because it was like a year-end holiday party after the sem break. Yeah, so I think after exams, then we like, okay, we need to give the people something to. And we also obviously wanted to DJ. We couldn't get gigs. They're like, we cannot get gigs. We create our gig ourselves. So that was the mentality. Yeah. Then I think we
fucking F club or
correct.
F club, I remember.
Then we moved to clubs.
Yeah.
We moved to clubs. We did Zerka. We did F club. Was damn fun. This nonsense.
Go cool.
I think back then was like the promoters really expecting like, hey, book this table, book that table. But for us, we just bring the vibes, you know. Like, wow, shit. Never really bring much table, but you really can entertain the existing crowd. And then slowly we have like table bookings as well from like fellow people that we met at the club also. Yeah. And it really formed the basis of our party rocking style of DJing, which we kind of brought to the mega clubs. You know, when we were colleagues at Zouk, and then he moved on to Marquee, and then he continued the same thing. And now, till he has his own signature night at Marquee, which is Astro Works. Astro Labs, sorry.
Astro Lab.
Fuck me. Astro Labs. Astro Labs. So now my question is, why not continue that hip hop-esque thing for the main room? Right.
I know. I get this question quite.
Yeah. So okay, again, for the people that just like skip the podcast, right, and watch till this point, right? Okay, it's like he has a big room set called Sin City, main room set Sin City at Zouk, which is like the biggest hip hop thing in Singapore at that time. And then of course you go to Marquee, people will headhunt you for that thing, right? But then instead he did a EDM thing.
So I think like how to say I'm
Can I
a.
go drink first? It didn't pure vodka, by the way.
You
Why
here?
are you doing this to yourself?
I don't know. This you, bro.
Are you kidding?
I don't know, bro. It's like he like drink first. Hey, no, this one pure vodka, really. This pure, bro. Nothing else but vodka. Okay, I go.
What about?
What about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You here? Okay, this one.
Hey, what? Okay. Yeah. Let's continue. So why EDM main room instead of hip hop big room? You know, that's what you're known for.
Okay, so for me, when I look at Marquee, right, I see the room as a dance room predominantly. It's not a hip hop room, and I'm actually very comfortable in playing a hip hop set, and I know I can rock it lah.
Which is what you do at Avenue lah.
So that's why Avenue is there. And then like for me, it's like okay, I want to challenge myself. And also, I'm looking at the bigger picture. Like, if I ask you, like, all the big festivals, right, do you see, like, who's the biggest hip hop DJ right now?
Metro Booming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why is he big?
Because they produce a lot of songs for rappers.
Correct. He's not big because
He
he's an
DJs.
excellent DJ.
Yeah.
Excellent producer.
He's an excellent producer and he produces for the biggest artists in the world. The beat Spider-Man. Yeah. So that's why he's getting the booking. So for me, it's like, I'm not a producer. So, and what's the easiest way for me to like go to the next level? So that's why I realized, okay, I think dance music is the way to go. And we've seen like the recent like trends and stuff. Hip hop is like kind of on the decline a little bit, going back into a bit more sort of underground. And I feel like
Back to the lab.
a little bit because it was really it's really mainstream, right? Like hip hop was really mainstream for a very long period of time. But you see, dance music is always there.
Yeah.
No matter what happens in the world, right? Dance music will always be there. So that was like my mentality, and like, okay, let's do something with it. And I saw Marquee, like, okay, I think this is an opportunity to kind of like rebrand myself. I didn't want to change name.
Yeah.
Like some people. You knew that was coming, right?
Hey. Build up, bro. 1 hour build up. You wait very long already.
You see him on weekend, bro.
Hey. I love Jay lah, but yeah. That's what I just told him.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I wanted to explore EDM lah, and like I mentioned before, right? I don't see myself encapsulated in a genre. It's always the energy, and that's what I want to bring to the table lah, like my energy. So I chose EDM lah. I guess.
Some of the stuff that we face, right, is like a little bit of problem where we try to do an open format night, right? Where we play techno, then suddenly we start to drop some bass music, drum and bass, right? Then people like, wow, they cannot take it, you know. So do you face that kind of problems when you're in Marquee main room, or
It's
when you switch
okay.
genre?
Yeah, when I play a Marquee, I don't really switch genres that much. It's like a very
Gradual progression.
yeah.
Big room and techno lah.
I do play hip hop also. Like for Astrolab, I do drop hip hop, but like it's a progression. Like it's a story lah. And the story of the night is from dark to light. So that is my set. So I start from very dark sounding, like main stage techno, very like hard hitting kicks, like that kind of sound, and then I progress towards like a bit more like the end of the night will be like the last song will be like One More Time, Death Punk. So it's like bright, very euphoric, and I play like really Coldplay. It's like very happy, like that kind of feeling. So that is the story for Astrolab. And in between, like go a little bit like here and there. There will be a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of hard style, but just a little bit of this here and there. But it's always like a story. Like, it's not like how we used to DJ, like up and down, up and down, up and down.
Right,
That was a very hip hop open format.
Correct. I don't DJ that way anymore. Now it's like more dance music.
So dance open format, not hip hop open
So
format.
when this night Astrolab came about, right? Like what? Like were you the one that came up with the name and then like the whole feel of it, the soft toys?
Yeah.
My friend fight because of the soft toy, bro. I swear, bro.
Should have brought a soft toy.
eh.
Should have brought it.
The soft toy damn cute, Very, yeah. That's a story for another day. But somebody got into fight because of the soft toy, bro. Like some limited edition shit, bro. Yeah, but so how like bring us through the process, like how like the night came about.
Okay, so when I first joined Marquee, they were like, okay, Nash, what are you going to bring to the table? And they obviously had some expectations of me lah. So I think the first conversation was like, do you want to do a hip hop night? I was like, probably not. And then that's when I started this whole conversation about Astrolab. I think I joined in November, and then Astrolab, the conversation started in December, late December. Already started talking about it.
That was very fast.
Yeah.
For resident, actually very fast.
Yeah. Started talking about it, then I was like, okay, I want this to be like the biggest night in Marquee lah. Like, obviously in Marquee we book so many big acts.
Yeah.
Right? A lot. So you are kind of fighting them. So for me it's like music, right? You cannot be so different from everybody else. Everybody is like kind of doing the same thing because of the internet. Everybody will got the same song. So how do you elevate the experience? So for me, when I see Marquee, and they always told me also, we want to create an experience for the guests. So what is the thing that we can do? So go back to basics now. Okay, production. What we can do with the production of the night. So that's when I okay, start to hang things. So if you come to my night, you see like planets being hung down from like the whole of the ceiling. Then we have dancers, and for my first Astrolab, I had a violinist.
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on board.
Joy.
Joy to come and play the violin with me. I mean, now in the way I work is like whenever I book somebody for my night, it has to make sense. It's not that just I ask you to come and play and then you just do 1 hour set. It's very easy. But this one is like a whole story. It has to make sense for the night. So Joy, it was actually her track. The intro track is actually her track, and then we just remixed it and to be the intro lah. So that was the concept. Then it came the soft toys, the even like from the door to the servers, everybody had costumes, and that was planned. Yeah, all the servers were in like the NASA engineer suits. Like the servers were like alien kind of costumes.
Is it the first of its kind in Marquee?
Ish, yeah.
Yeah, right. No.
To
The
be
full
at this,
activation.
yeah, to be at this level of detail, yeah. Even if you see the Ferris wheel, right? There's a queue there. But for my night, I take out the queue and put a astronaut. Like the guy is like in space.
Oh.
Yeah. And when the thing turns, he also will turn.
What was the inspiration for that? Like, is it like kind of like a Travis Scott like Astro?
Yeah, so I'm a huge Travis Scott fan, but the name actually came to me when I was looking through fonts. For don't know what reason. Then the name of the font was called Astrolab. That was like, damn, stop! That is a very nice name. So I took it lah.
They must find Canva, you know, Canva, like Astrolab, bro.
It's like dafont.com. Yeah, so it's a font name lah. Then okay, I can rock with this. Yeah, so that's how the whole space theme came into play, and obviously with like the dark techno sound, okay lah.
Right. So similarly to what I asked you back in the day about Sin City, are you booking guests, right? For Astrolab, is this a night open for guest booking as well?
Like what I said, it has to make sense for the night. Like if the guest comes and play with me, like it has to be a situation where like maybe you go back to back, or I have a track with that person, or something.
International.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe internationally, also it has to make sense. That person who comes on board has to make sense for the night. Plays the genre of the night, plays the energy of the night. It cannot be just some random night.
Do you have a fixed schedule for the night?
End of the month.
And
usually.
Saturday.
Either Friday or Saturday.
End of the month, Friday. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Of course, we as DJs we also have to be very realistic lah. Is the night very heavily scrutinized for KBI?
Okay, so I took 6 months to launch the night. We started in December and we launched in May, right? So obviously we had a lot of planning, and Marquee also put in a bit of money lah, obviously to like buy all the stuff, like
The ads and everything.
everything, not just on social media, like even just the production of the night itself, like the costumes and everything. We spent quite a bit of money lah. So obviously there's a lot of expectation. But when first time happened, we hit like record numbers lah. I'm not able to reveal the numbers, but we hit like pretty damn decent numbers. Like
Record numbers
almost
for resident night or nights?
nights.
Holy shit, bro! That means you're like international tier.
Yeah, so I'm at like a B-lister, C-lister kind of
Oh, shit.
international DJ level. So the first time like okay, that's what's up. Then even like Don Julio came up to me, 1942, gave me like a customized like Nash D, Don Julio bottle and stuff like
The
that.
fuck?
Yeah, and we had like the Transformers crew come down for the night. We had like one of the biggest YouTubers, damn it, I'm gonna know the
Big
name
Star.
now. No.
He came right.
David Dobrik and a
David
group,
Dobrik,
right?
yeah.
David Dobrik, yeah.
He was there also. They were like, yo, what the hell is going on? And then we had the Astro Toys, right? So those things we don't want to sell. We just want to give it.
Give, yeah.
Yeah, so that like created a whole thing. And then, dude, like we even planned like a special dessert for the night.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so
We always
chef-
talk about
Oh, is
dessert.
it the one where on Insta story there was this guy
Yeah.
and you were like this fucking smoke coming out?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit! I'm like, what's
And
going on?
everything is like chocolate. It's like a chocolate astronaut, and then it's like on the moon there. Then the fellow will put like dried ice on. So, and it's, we like chef. This is the first. I think we are the first people to do it in Singapore. The astronaut figurine and chocolate. The whole thing you can eat. Eat the first 8 all. And we went to France for the mole and everything. So it got pretty damn intense lah.
Man.
Yeah. So we really focused on the minor details. And
Wow,
then
crazy,
first one was
crazy.
crazy. Everybody very happy. Amazing job. Second one happens. Guess what? Bloody sold out the night. Like 800 over tickets done before the doors open. And we had to extend the entry for free entry up to 1 o'clock. And even at 1 o'clock, like there were still like 200-300 people outside trying to get in the night. So now the pressure is on me to continue this thing. I don't know how it happened, but yeah.
I guess what is your train of thought for the next level up?
So the next level up is probably like solidifying the brand. I want everybody to know like, oh shit, Astro Lab happening 29 May. Okay, I better go. I better put it in the calendar. This night like cannot miss one. And then like I want to make it like, hey, must get like Taylor Swift and Coldplay like cannot get ticket one, must faster book. So that is my
Create resale culture.
yeah. I hate it, but like it'd be like quite insane lah. You know, if people are starting to resell tickets for Astro Lab, you know. So production wise, like the next level, so the first half of this year was for me focusing on the night, launching of the night. The second half of this year is gonna be focusing more on like my own music, my own production. Yeah, so that's where
Finally, DJ Nash D original. Let's go.
correct. So the second half of the year will be focusing more on that and using Astro Lab as a platform to launch the music. So that is basically the plan. I get in like like collaborative acts to come in, maybe play guitar or play trumpet. I don't know. I want to do like crazy shit. I don't want to do just regular.
Orchestral,
what?
anima shit.
Yeah.
8K screen, you gotta use it.
Yeah. So like I also work with like a visual artist to do my visuals and everything's like time coded. The lighting also is like all nicely done. Yeah. We put a lot of effort into it and very happy that people are receptive to it and it's a successful night lah.
You know, hopefully, right, it can be something like Zouk where they pattern that Thursday night hustle and they put it all across the outlets all over the world. So Marquee can put it in Marquee, New York, right?
Vegas, yeah.
Vegas
New
also.
York,
Yeah. So you have your Astro Labs all over the world.
Yeah, maybe
Then
tour
you-
with Astro Lab.
Yeah, you can guess spots.
Yeah,
That will be like definitely the final end goal
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
That's damn crazy, man. Holy shit. Yeah. So I guess it's like a lot of people think that DJing, right, and then you need to produce to become big. That's not the only way, man. You can do events, you can do production, you can do just anything to elevate your kind of performance.
Yeah. I think a lot of people focus too much on the music. That's not wrong, but like if you want to do things like on a mega club scale, right, you got to think about other things. Like music wise, okay, yes, you might be, if your goal is to, there's no wrong, right, in this, like your goal is to be big in terms of music, maybe like you want to be big in the underground scene, then okay, that's your thing, then okay, focus on the music, focus on the production, get your productions right. But if you want to focus on going into the big massive clubs, doing the big festivals, like production of the show is a lot. Yeah, you have to really, really focus on that.
Yeah, correct. It
And
is
give it the
like
guest
a-
experience.
It is a art form of its own.
Correct.
Synchronizing your songs to the fireworks
Yeah.
and everything. So are you exploring into like time coded
Yeah.
with your VJ or your production house, and then whatever you play, right, they can synchronize the visuals.
That's what we
and
do.
the
Already,
effects.
we are already doing that.
Oh.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So we have like show control and everything. Yeah.
So and
So I'm building my visuals now lah.
does it allow you to freestyle?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is something that I think only Armin van Buuren managed to do, because a lot of people they have to play in sequence
Yeah.
for the fireworks and everything, but Armin van Buuren kind of set up a system in a way that he can freestyle while all these things are happening, which is like, man,
Yeah, because last time show control didn't exist. So show control is this program where they can see your tracks and exactly where the track is, and they can just launch the visuals on Resolume together with the time coded
for the
tracks.
CO2,
Yeah,
for the fireworks,
everything can be time coded. But it takes time lah. You need to like
rehearse a bit lah.
need to program everything lah. So it's like very freestyle. Yeah.
I think you wouldn't want to be so like.
Yeah. So my first set, I planned the whole 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I felt myself a bit more rigid because like, when I see the crowd like, a bit not moving and like, damn it,
Yeah,
I
they
need
cannot
to
change, right?
I need to switch. But because it was like so fixed, right, I didn't really change. But the last one that I did, I was a bit more freestyle and it worked better for me lah. So, yeah.
And then speaking about nights, right, for monthly nights, do you like so many monthly nights in Singapore? They are just using the same formula over and over again.
Yeah.
And it didn't kind of affect their nights sales in a way, but with nights like yours, which is more cutting edge, more competitive, and every month you're adapting, you know, would you say that it kind of give rise to another point of view in which how you program your nights, rather than, you know, lazy, just stick to the same shit over and over again?
Yeah, that's why.
I was like, oh shit,
Yeah,
now
correct.
Astro Labs, now got another night, now got another night.
Yeah, correct.
All stepping up their game.
Correct. So I also want to like kind of inspire other people to do like bigger nights. Like, you know, it's not just what I said before. It's just not just the music. It's not just posting on social media every other day. But when people come there, they like get the band, they like get the dessert, everything's damn cool. When you walk into the place, hey, how come the things like, fucking like, the sun is there, like, everything's
People
like,
dress a certain way.
everybody's dressed up, then like, even like, we had a thought of like, changing the verbiage of like all the servers at Marquee. So instead of people saying like, hi, welcome to Marquee, I want to say hello, welcome to Astrolab. Yeah, so like,
Wow, it's a small thing.
You take over, bro.
so from the start to the end, it's like, and then like, even if you see our copy, right, it doesn't say Astrolab and the DJs are who and who. Astrolab is piloted by the pilots of the night, Nash D and ZP. So like all these minor details, yeah, I'm really particular about this. So even though people don't notice it, but like, it's something that,
So ZP is like the designated opener.
yeah, he opens and also plays after me.
Ah.
So I think
Yeah, then I close.
ZP, let's maybe explore a bit about ZP. ZP has definitely come a long way from being very inexperienced and straight away getting into a mega club, right? A lot of people has like so much criticism. All the way till now, right? He's, I guess, one of the most stable and consistently performing DJs. And maybe you can talk a little bit about why you chose him, or you didn't choose him. Did Marquee assign him to you?
So the story is when I joined Marquee, right? So there's four of us: ZP, Fader, Party with Jay, and myself. Four of us, right? And then because we have two venues, we kind of like, for a brief period of time, we were like in partners lah, in pairs. So they partnered me with ZP because ZP is not very strong in hip hop. So they needed somebody who is like strong in hip hop to accompany him when we play in Avenue. And he's very strong in dance music. I'm like just getting kind of, obviously I played dance music before, but it's not in this way. So like he like carries me a little bit in Marquee lah, because he's very strong in that. And then Fader and Party with Jay, they complement each other very well. So they were like kind of partners. So we ended up DJing quite a lot. And I'm like, hey, this guy quite cool, can vibe. And then very skillful also. He knows his music he knows his dance music like in and out.
Correct.
Yeah. So like it just came very natural, like, hey, bring Astrolab. Like then I always have this conversation about music with him, like where do we think like genres are moving to, what do we see Marquee sounding like, and then we always have like same frequency lah. So I was like, hey bro, you put for me lah. So it's a very like natural thing lah. It wasn't like, I choose you, no. It just made sense lah.
Very, very organic kind of like pairing,
Yeah.
and it somehow makes sense. Wow, okay. For future, definitely you're looking at Nash D production, right?
Yeah.
So do you, like, production, we cannot escape this lah. Do you have a sound that you're going for?
Yeah, so I'm still deliberating where do I go with it, but then my head is kind of stuck within the pop realm. So I want to do like radio hits. Because in my head, it's like if I have a radio hit and then when everybody plays it, there's number one, I have a lot of reach. I'm not really particular about putting out like the best music in the world. I want to put out like just songs that people can have fun and like people can relate to, like play.
Calvin Harris, David Guetta.
Yeah.
Kind of
So
inspiration.
and then I have like like DJ friends all over the world, like just set out. Imagine like one day Timmy Trumpet just picks up my track and he does a remix, then boom,
Huge.
So that is where my headspace is at.
Yeah, correct. A lot of people, before your interview was Lindsay interview, he was like, I produce my own track, but I don't think I'm gonna play in the club. And I was telling him, why don't you just produce whatever you want to produce? Then your DJ friends will do a club remix.
Yeah,
Then he's like,
yeah.
oh fuck, yeah, then now I can play in the club already, you know?
Just pass it to Infamous, the fellow make a done.
Bro, Infamous make a headbang
Done.
remix, bro.
Done.
Yeah, done, bro.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah,
Really
it's
stress.
really a community, a teamwork
Yeah.
thing. Like, you don't have to do everything.
Yeah, correct. So, and we built all these relationships like being 15 years in the scene, right?
15
Yeah,
years?
so
I keep
it's
telling
like,
everybody,
yeah.
you're 15 years already, bro.
We old man.
Okay, what's next? So, maybe we can talk a little bit about, I don't know, we can talk about Marquee as a general, what's the direction? I guess like Marquee also like try to branch out, right? Marquee was, Marquee New York, Marquee Las Vegas also, right? Marquee was New York, right?
Marquee started out in New York.
Yeah, then after Vegas, then they got Australia, then close, right?
Yeah.
That one we don't go to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we talk about the two units, and then Singapore, but why the sudden Singapore, and then the merger with Tao also, right? Another thing that we can
No, actually, Marquee is owned by Tao Group. Yeah, and Tao Group is the biggest nightlife company in the world.
Dude, you got see the Tao Beach Club?
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Like Tao Group, right? They own nightlife in the world. Yeah, they own a lot of shit. Bro. Like Madison Square Garden, they just sold. It was under them.
Oh, they sold away Madison
Yeah,
Square
yeah,
Garden.
yeah.
Okay, wait, from here we can start talking already.
But must fact check this.
Fact check this.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I
We
think
just
yeah,
generally
yeah,
talk.
yeah,
Generally
yeah.
talk. Okay, so Marquee first started in New York, and then after that it
Jason
spread
and
to
all,
Vegas,
Yeah.
and then it kind of had a thing in Australia, and now it's in Singapore, right? So what is like the maybe mission or goal or ROI for Singapore? Is it trying to spread its seeds in Asia as well?
I don't know the
The actual intent.
intent because like the owners Jason and Noah, they own the club, right? Obviously, and coming into Singapore, they decided to partner with Marina Bay Sands, lah. Because Marina Bay Sands is like a global destination. It's not even like Singapore is like not even like there's no competition here, lah. The competition is like Dubai. Or like Shanghai. So that is
the boat and
yeah. So I guess like the intention was like to have a nightclub in a very big city, lah. The next big city, I guess, and that's and Singapore is like kind of like the heart of Asia, lah, in a sense. So, and obviously Tao Group as a whole is like the biggest nightlife group.
Did Tao recently acquire Marquee or was like literally from the beginning?
I think from the beginning. Yeah, I think from the beginning.
Dude, I remember when I saw the Vegas Tao pool party, and then who's like David Guetta or something super crazy, you know?
Yeah.
It's like he DJing to a group of people in the pool, bro. It's nobody on the floor, and all inside the water, and then and it's like kind of like a beach clubby vibe. And then at night they can go inside the club.
Yeah. They own a lot, lah. Like they own like Omnia also.
Oh, what the fuck? Omnia? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Very easy. So with that comes with like all the connections with all these big DJs, lah.
So the big DJs, then like Marquee has been booking every week. I think every week, right?
Yeah,
Like a
almost
big
every week.
DJ and everything. So like how did they even go about it? Like, and everyone, right, goes to Marquee, right? Like when they want to like, I don't like club anymore. Then suddenly next week, Will Sparks come. Bro, I just then that's how like every time, you know, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
And then Will Sparks come, then next week I don't know who come. I think like.
And then for us also, we're planning events at smaller venues, right? Hey, fuck lah, Will Sparks change next week, bro, our event.
Yeah, so like it's crazy because like everyone now knows Marquee is like, wow, if the next month lineup gonna come out, right, it's like who is going to come out?
Every
Like
week
there's this anticipation, you know, when the lineup come out, right? Yeah.
It's great as a club, you know. And I think because like Tao Group has been in the scene for very long, and the owners know a lot of people. Plus, we have like one of the best bookers in the world, Biden. He has personal relationships with all these big DJs also. So like, I guess that's how like everything like works, lah. You know,
And wouldn't even say that the team is huge. It's like maybe at most less than 10 people that is involved in the programming and the booking, right? Isn't it like very taxing and stressful on the individual to like keep up the expectations of a weekly mega star level booking?
Yeah, it's mad.
Okay, there's like a million things that you cannot review to us, right? Can you tell us like how far in advance you book?
Probably a year.
What the fuck? No, even 6 months?
I think we have like bookings still like December or like maybe early next year.
Six months to 1 year.
Yeah. Or maybe like the DJs come like now, then maybe the return show is like in a year's time.
Oh shit! Oh, damn, like
crazy,
cleaning aircon and
The monthly servicing, bro.
Because you have to plan. Yeah, you have to plan.
Yeah, that's true.
Because of their tour schedule and stuff. Like, so you need to lock them out. Hey, don't go anywhere. Come here first.
Okay, then recently, right, there's James Hype and there's Gordo reporting sick for work, bro.
Yeah.
You got send MC.
Follow MC, bro. Jalan.
MC.
But his MC post on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
How did y'all mitigate that? Because full transparency, I guess a lot of DJs are upon signing the contract 50%.
Yeah,
When before reach, usually before reach, right, the venue, like 3 days or 1 week before, they get paid the full sum.
Yeah.
Before they even press the play button. That's usually the contract clause. Everybody knows. So how is it like if you like kind of like, hey, you sick, you cannot make it?
So what we did was we just postponed the show.
So that means they still get 50% down payment, still keep lah, they keep lah.
Yeah, so that's why Gordon's coming back. In August. Yeah, we just announced the show.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, we just announced the show. So like Gordon's gonna come back in August. So that's his return show. I think James Hype is probably gonna come back also, but I just don't know what the date. I don't know what's the date.
December or whatever.
And that's how like it's not so like must follow the contract. Bro. It's also about relationship lah. Like sick lah, bro. We also sick, right? Yeah.
Some of they are like fucking.
Yeah, and they do mad amount of shows a year. You know, you're born to fall sick, man. Yeah. So it's all good.
Oh, that's very cool on Marquee's end. Like considering like this is a global dealing with global and global, you know, there's a certain level of expectation. But then at the end of the day, you know, we are still human.
Yeah.
It's like very humane, and I love that kind of like dealings. It's very very cool.
Yeah.
And considering for nightlife, it's not very common. If you actually think about it, it's not very common.
You know, I think speaking of global right now, locally, right, what I realized in Marquee, right, is like they really pushing everything very new.
Yeah.
Like there's one thing like when I think me and LENERD we go to Marquee quite a few times, right, we realize like, wow, they play Twisted. Let's say Will Sparks with Twisted come out next week, they play that kind of thing. Yeah.
I want to compliment you on your recent poster on this poster that ZP posted. Skrillex Fine Day Anthem.
Oh yeah.
One day come out only. It's on the poster, bro.
I think she's Jufri also, right? Is it that one? Is it?
I posted that.
What's that?
I posted that.
What was that?
Jufri's night.
What is it called? What is it called?
Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? Your people edit the poster and you don't edit finish first. Wait until the Skrillex song come out and post.
No, it's just the Instagram song.
Oh.
Yeah. So what? The poster itself doesn't have any music.
Okay,
We just use the song from Instagram.
Okay.
So what I did was like, hey, got new song.
So the other day, right, Lindsay was telling us that the most trending genre now is starter house, which is like a fusion of like future-based elements, LFO, kind of thing, right, with house.
Oh.
And that's literally that genre.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wow, you're so fucking cutting edge, dude.
Yeah.
And that really make the Marquee look good.
Yeah.
Just this one simple thing, you
Yeah.
know, in the musician's eyes, lah.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of the world, you know, but for me, I like.
Yeah, because I think
Marquee next level, man.
for me, like, especially when COVID, right, happened, then suddenly, like, a lot of new genres came about, like Future Wave, everything came about, but nobody
Some
play.
genres,
Nobody play. Then you go to Marquee, right, suddenly everybody playing.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just one person, it's like everybody just
Marquee give us
working.
permission to play.
You know, that kind of thing? It's like, everybody like, wow.
That's the thing with like Marquee, they don't like restrict us or whatever lah. Just like even with Astrolab, like do whatever you want to do. So I'm like, okay, you let me do. Really, I play everything lah. Yeah, but obviously it's good music lah. You don't play trash lah. You choose the good genres. You see whatever that's coming in the future. Obviously, like there's a certain way of playing it lah.
I feel like that's the way, like, especially when people come to clubs, you know, and like we need to have that lah as an institution. Like people want to come and hear like new stuff, and not every club playing the same thing. Then you go to Marquee, right? Now people go to Marquee, it's like, I'm hearing good music. It's not just I'm going to Marquee to hear this song anyway.
And a lot of clubs believe that they have to cater to the baller, right? Like the baller knows what's best for the club. And end up they keep playing the same kind of stuff lah. So okay, let's not even look at Marquee. I feel like Marquee is classified as international. Look at all the local institutions, right? Local institutions are slowly starting to play the same shit one after another, and they believe that that is the way to capture the ballers. You know, may or may not be true, but Marquee kind of showed us otherwise. You know?
Yeah, but people also need to understand ballers got taste also.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah, ballers got taste also. Sometimes they go to certain club because all their friends want to go and it's popping. Then like whatever. But actually inside the I like this certain genre. I know good music because they also come to the club every damn day, bro. That's why I get that's the response I get like when I play my sets at Marquee or like Astrolab or whatever. Right? The ballers come out to me like, hey man, thanks for playing like good music finally. Like you know, like I've been listening because they also go overseas, go to all these raves and whatever. They hear all these sounds, and if nobody else in Singapore is doing it, but then as a I see Marquee as the biggest institution in Singapore.
I would like to shout out one of the baller, right? His name is Victor Gun. He definitely knows more cutting edge music than most of us.
Yeah.
Okay, he's like, hey, play ZZ man from like Kodak Black. Back then, I don't even know who Kodak Black is. I'm like, what the fuck? Then I play, everybody is like, don't know the song, but then he's like, yeah. 1 week later, everybody knows the song. I'm like, how? You know the song before me? And then one night when Chris was playing or something, then we were talking, hey bro, you know New Jeans are big right now. Who the fuck New Jeans, bro? He literally can fucking predict the future because he party more than us.
Correct.
For like, for example now, right, my day job is like Delta Airlines, right? I work airlines and I handle membership and stuff. But the people that fly Delta for 40 years, 30 years, right, they use the membership more than us. They definitely know the perks better than us. Like, we got check your knowledge menu about this perk, no? Then we're like, sure, no? Then we check, oh shit, is there? Yeah, they know better than us actually. Some of them really know better
I
than
think
us.
that's the one thing also when Marquee keep booking all their like DJs, right? The global DJs every year. I mean like every week, right? Then it's like you see them going, you know, it's like, wow, this one must go, this one must go, this one must go.
And we do it like across genres also.
Yeah.
We don't stick just like just hardstyle or just house or whatever. We do it like all genres. Like this one we got like freaking ASAP Ferg, we got Griffin. It's mad lah. It's all across all the genres.
Yeah. It's no link, but it's still cutting edge. I think the theme is cutting edge, keep people excited. You know?
No, because I realized the way Marquee does their bookings is just when they release something, right, everyone's just like, wow, fuck, and kind of, straight away it's like that reaction, you know.
Not everybody, but the individual fan group was
Yeah.
hype.
Yeah.
Really shit. Fuck.
There's always
very
that hype, you know. It's not like, oh, okay lah, he's coming lor. It's always somebody will go like, wow, that
It's
kind
like
of thing.
minimum B-lister.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like huge. And then, I mean, with like the resident nights being able to do B-lister level kind of sales, right? And of course, there's also expectations of the other residents as well. So I don't know, man. What's the next step that Marquee is gonna take to take the residents to the moon? You know, because I know that they have this new initiative where they are pushing out more of the residents really actually, and then they even did promoted ads and everything. I was noticing. Before that, it was just like this night A-lister, this night A-lister. Don't even have supporting acts and everything. But this year is different already. Who kind of came up with that initiative? Like, hey, you know, we need to get that local boys up. You know.
I think like
Was it a kind of Biden thing?
that.
Or is it like a Sophie thing?
I don't know who is the person that made the decision. Yeah, but I think the idea was rather than booking a D-lister or C-lister, might as well
Resident up.
resident. That's why like Astrolab was like the guinea pig project lah. Okay, let's try this blur. See work or not. So it was like mad pressure on me to like make this work lah, and now it's worked. So now all the other residents, they actually all have their own nights except for Party with Jay. He doesn't have his own night yet. But Fader has Soundclash and CP has Revolution. So both of them have their own nights as well. So now they're in the process of like coming up with a different like theme and like on the level of like Astrolab lah, you know, like doing something onto their night. So that's, you will see like all of us have our own nights, and that is like will be one of the features of each one lah.
I think that's why Avenue also is such a good thing, you know, like if like everyone's playing EDM so much, right? Then there's avenue for them to go. Literally an avenue to go.
The palate cleanser, you know.
Yeah,
you eat the ginger before you take the next sashimi, you know.
Yeah.
I love Avenue, dude.
And then Avenue is like a totally different thing because like if you see at Marquee, everybody's like on their phone posting and everything. But Avenue, nobody posts one because everyone down there are like very high rollers and they don't want to be seen. And I don't want to post. I don't let people know I'm here. But it's packed.
I go to Avenue, right? I'm like automatically the ugliest person.
Bro.
Everybody looks fucking good, bro. There's no ugly people there, bro.
Like you got like footballers, actors, models, billionaires. So it's that kind of vibe, like, and it's a small space. It's dope.
How did they do it?
I don't know.
Wow, it's like a secret.
We are the only avenue left in the world.
What?
We are the only avenue left in the world.
Oh.
Yeah. Within the Tao group, we are the only avenue left.
Oh, but Avenue has in Singapore, right? It's like one of the places to go. Like for people.
And then you don't know how to go in one.
Yeah.
Like we don't tell you how to go in one. And I love that about the place.
And the door staff, right, is very personable. It's not rude. Like even though this venue is meant for billionaires, right? But you as like a plebeian, I carry my lighting gear and shit. Like, hey, I want to go and find Party DJ and Nash D. I got my whole bag of lighting shit. Then they understand you're like kind of artist position, you know, and then they like, you know, it's like very. They see the situation and they can practice the situational flexibility.
That's the
fucking love it. You know?
That's the way
A-class customer
MBS
service.
Correct. That's the MBS way of doing things. Like everything is like A-class.
Situation lah.
A-class customer service. The customer is always first. And like, I'm very happy to be part of the team. You know, they really believe in this. They really practice it.
Yeah, and with Singapore, right? I don't know if you watch this YouTube video. Singapore is gonna be probably the next Switzerland because of course you have the Ukraine war and shit and destabilization of Swiss bank and shit. And then with the rising prices of Singapore, and then China, you know, importing their rich kids over to our place, right? Would you see like Marquee being like bigger than ever, like with the rising cost of Singapore? Like it's not affected by the inflation and everything. People still can come, and you all will be able to afford a higher level of entertainment. Looking at Singapore versus Vegas, right? Of course, Vegas is like the party capital of the world, right? Do you all feel like there's still a gap to fill?
In terms of industry, yes. Like the whole of the Singapore nightlife industry compared to Vegas, the strip. Yes. Cannot fight. But Marquee as a club.
Marquee Singapore, Marquee Vegas, like same.
Can fight.
Can fight, right? But what about sales though? Is probably different, right? Because also the bottle price and everything, conversion.
I don't know.
Yeah, and also speaking with Benjamin Yap, our ex-boss from Zouk Singapore, right, general manager, our craziest episode yet. Okay, so he also said that Vegas is very price sensitive. Like $1, $2, people will choose another club.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think that Singapore is at that level yet, or we actually haven't reached the level where everybody is equally competitive?
Yeah, no.
There's still a very big gap. Marquee is to the rest of the other clubs.
I think yeah. So like, Marquee is probably the pinnacle. It's obviously
It is lah.
it's
With its partnership and the location.
correct. It's like when you step into MBS, you like I feel atas. Place smell nice. You go there with
But I
shorts.
cannot wear shorts, bro.
Correct.
I cannot wear
Exactly.
shorts,
You
bro.
cannot wear shorts and slipper. You be like this is weird.
I feel like abomination, bro. Wear
Yeah,
shorts.
cannot. Yeah, so because of that, it creates that the feeling of the atasness of Marquee lah. But for the other clubs in Singapore, I think maybe the competition is like very very tight lah.
Amongst them, each other.
Yeah, so for them, the price point is very important. I feel. Yeah, I'm not gonna name clubs lah, but then like maybe like Club A, the vodka is like $100 example. Then Club B is like 120. Like go. The DJ also both play the same music, whatever. I don't care.
But that's the difference with Marquee, you know. Like as a clubber myself, if like Marquee, like let's say something is more expensive than Club A, you would say, I'll still go Marquee, because of the experience, You walk in, you see one Ferris wheel over there, like then you go in, you see the whole ambience, everything.
Service, the
the
vibe and the vibe of the people that hang out there. Okay?
and the fact they close at 6.
Yeah. I think we're the only one that closes at 6 now.
Yeah,
crazy.
precisely.
Yeah.
So that's the reason.
I can party, get drunk, sober up, get drunk, sober up 3 times, bro.
Yeah.
Basically.
Still there, bro.
Yeah,
Order lamb chop, bro.
Hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, can
is
order
that?
lamb chop. Yeah.
And what time onwards?
But
All
the-
night long.
Maybe they close like maybe 3 or 4 lah.
Yeah.
I don't know what time they reach, but
Lamb chop, bro.
Oh, shit.
And the lamb chop is good, bro.
At one point of time, they serve like gold flake lamb chop. I don't know what.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, we need to go to the next fucking
Food there is
restaurant,
good,
bro.
bro.
We will
Our
stay
chef
at
there is
Mufo,
damn
then
good,
we
bro.
eat the lamb chop with him, bro.
Our chef there is like proper chef.
Yeah, it's good, it's
Proper
good.
chef. Also Malaysian, very proud.
What the fuck?
Chef Tiago, man.
Fucking
Shout
the
out.
fuck, bro. The fuck, bro. Okay lah, fuck lah. Next time wear the Malaysia t-shirt lah. Might as well. Fuck lah. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Also the similar question, right, that I would... okay, I want to ask 2 similar questions that I asked to Ben Yap. First one, right, is what's the typical price point for Marquee? Let's say nothing special, like usual night resident, you know. Not even like Astro Labs or what. It's just normal Marquee Presents or something like that. What's the normal?
There's no normal night.
Every night is team.
There's no
Oh
normal night.
fuck, dude!
There's no
I
normal
don't want
night.
shot first, bro.
Yeah, don't have.
There's no normal night.
Okay, let's say we start from resident night first, which is the cost the least one. What is your entry fee?
So I think for Astrolab we did like $20 pre-sale.
Huh?
Yeah.
From fucking when? Why I never see it?
Yeah. So
Maybe
$20.
because sell out too fast already, is it?
Yeah. $20.
Fuck lah, bro.
$20 pre-sale. I think yeah.
1 month before you promote already.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy.
$20.
I mean, you got like fucking like 16 nights per month.
Yeah.
You cannot promote 2.
Yeah.
You know, you need a gap also,
Yeah.
right?
So I think $20 pre-sale. But
$20
no
no
drink. No drink lah.
Dude, that's fucking
20 and 30 like if I'm not wrong lah.
20 is like very competitive, though. For mega club level, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
But that's like pack lah.
Back.
Fuck lah, then like that, my night must do $10 already, sia. Fuck you. Why they 30, bro?
No, but the thing is like,
Bro.
it's different
Yeah.
We get like what 1,000 people into the venue.
Oh,
Yeah lah.
Okay, then
Yeah.
early. Then pre-sales, you have
I think like
pre-sales.
40, 50 lah.
Then door.
Door, now I found out this thing, there's this
Expedited
expedited door,
entry.
that's $100.
Yeah, expedited
No,
is
then
100.
non-expedited.
I think it'll be like 50.
50, 60, yeah.
60.
So it's like a 20 to 40, then to 50, then expedited 100 lah.
Yeah, but then now we do like a school promo, so if you got tertiary card, you can enter for free before midnight.
Oh yeah, I saw this also.
June and July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people think that free entries actually lose money, but it's wrong. When you got more people, right, you create the vibe to like the psychology to increase spendings, right?
Because our tables, no issue. Yeah. So for the tables, like you want the tables to spend, you need the vibe.
I want to ask you a
Yeah.
question about tables though. You know normally tables, right, you need to spend 5k, 10k or
Yeah.
whatever, right? Are there people like installment one shot, like, hey, I have a table for 1 year? Because they come every Friday, Saturday, right?
I not heard lah.
Never
But I
heard
think maybe got lah.
I know of a few, man.
Yeah, maybe got.
Yeah, I guess like flexible lah. VIP also got different level, right? But that's quite cool, man. Yeah, I want to
They
come
choke
every Friday, Saturday.
table 16 the whole
Yeah, all the way, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to of nowhere.
I mean, have
hey,
lah.
Shout out.
you know, man.
Shout out table 16, man.
I mean, got some of them pay installment lah, but they pay installment in advance, bro, because they every
Yeah. So it's like you buy 1 year cheaper than you buy once. You know.
I guess lah.
The club also can kind of make a judgment also lah. That's very cool, man.
But some of these ballers, they don't have like a minimum spend. Yeah, it's very, if you tell the baller you got minimum spend, right, they will piss the player off.
Yeah.
that's true.
I would say baller also smart in a sense that they want to value for money also, you know. They are not like just want to throw money. So right now baller also got tier in which like smart ballers, they want to have that equal level of entertainment you provide to them is to equal highness, I give it back to you in money.
Because also they all like if you tell them they got minimum spend, it's as if like have I not been spending minimum all the way?
Yeah.
I think minimum spend is more for like low to mid tier.
People don't know. People they don't know.
People they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, because people they know already is like you confirm spend the minimum one.
Yeah.
Or higher somehow.
Like double the minimum, whatever. If you don't spend tonight, next week you can't go to spend.
Yeah.
You make up for it. Yeah, it's that kind of vibe. And then they bring them out for like dinners or like go for like, I don't know what they do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So another thing that is very understated in Marquee, right, is that the VIP services. Like you know, like Zouk, right? We all know that who's the VIP manager, who's the VIP girl, right? But for Marquee, it's like quite elusive, you know. And then when the baller spend a certain amount, everybody will, in the crew like, okay, get the contact, you know, send you like personalized kits and all that kind of stuff. Do you find that ballers kind of like want to keep it more low key? Most
Depends.
Some
ballers
put
like
a
to
more
show
flamboyant name on the.
Yeah, some people I don't want to know, don't want to let anybody know them here.
That's true. Like they don't want you to know.
Don't take pictures of me.
Yeah, don't take a picture of me, but then the table got like fucking 12 champagne, bro.
Yeah.
That kind.
I remember it was like a Calvin Harris night, right? And then in the I was like watching this video, and then inside the audience there's a DJ Khaled table, P Diddy table, and a fucking Calvin Harris night.
Because they're friends, lah.
Yeah, and then it's like, you know, we different genre, different sound, but then the thing, I want to support you, but like I want low key also.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like next level Vegas level shit, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So beyond Marquee as well, what are some of the stuff that you're working on your own other than production?
Okay, so I just got married. So this month. This month.
The craziest thing. You should have been there. Brother, I tell you.
Anybody, right, in that wedding didn't make out of that wedding alive, there will not be a ladies' night in Singapore. That was the impact of that wedding. Okay, a lot of drinks, a lot of entertainers, a lot of DJs, a lot of rappers, a lot of people were there. Yeah, and that was the impact.
So I had like when I joined Marquee, everything has been like really, really fast. Like the whole first 6 months of me being in Marquee, like I did like Rolling Loud, like it's another huge
Rolling
show.
Loud Festival, biggest music festival in hip hop, right?
Biggest
but they
hip
have
hop
a
festival,
franchise in Thailand.
Thailand, yeah. So I managed to do that. That was like dream come true. Watching Rick Ross on stage. It's
Oh
like,
shit.
Mad, bro.
People
Like-
hustling.
Yeah, dude. Wow. Bro, I thought, yo, that's Rick Ross, man. Like, what the hell? Like in Pattaya, what the hell?
You had like a close encounter with a certain
No,
rapper,
yeah,
right?
so yeah.
Like you were videoing.
Yeah,
or something
because
like
like we tried to go backstage, but like no, I didn't have the pass.
that.
Because I was DJing in the Loud Club, which is the VIP area.
Oh.
So I was DJing between their sets. Yeah. So
Then
that
they come
was
and chill. They will come and find. They will see you lah. Who?
The-
If they end their set, then they come and chill at the lounge. They will
yeah.
see
So
you.
like J Park and everybody came to the lounge. It's like a VIP lounge overlooking the stage lah. So it's a very cool experience. Like Joe Flizzo was there, everybody was there lah. Basically, the whole hip hop scene was there lah. Yeah. So like. And then I launched Astrolab, and in between, like, I did Jackson Wang, DJ for him, like, yo, like, shit's been crazy, lah. So, and then I got married. So this month, I'm like, okay, chill. I need to chill. Yeah, I need to chill.
Yeah.
So I'm really taking, not really a break also, like, it's been still quite crazy.
Was
but
it like
like,
breather?
Yeah,
Before
breather.
going back into the depth
Yeah.
of it.
correct. So then the next, moving forward is like focusing, like what I mentioned before, like, focusing on my own production, on the music, and also working back on my fitness again. as well. So that's another goal for me also. Yeah.
Shout out Brenda, man.
Yeah, shout out
Used to be events manager,
Yeah.
not partnership, but events manager.
Events, yeah. Events team,
Assisting one of our another colleague, which is Karin, another brilliant mind. Fucking hell, Karin, I didn't get you. Okay. Okay. So that's a story for another day. It's just a reminder for myself. Okay, yeah. So Brenda, definitely from Zouk, Singapore, events manager, also very capable, and then now kind of start her own fitness journey and also jumpstart fitness journey for other people as well in the music industry. You know, we are so unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you can like tell us a little bit about how that procedure went, because she also helped some of our friends like Echo, you know, at work, you know, train him to be like not flabby, not say six-pack shortcut, you know, but really it's like a very religious regimen. Yeah.
So I think it also that during my revelation during COVID, right? So we made a trip to Japan when COVID already hit in March 2020. COVID already hit, and then we were like, yo, let's go somewhere. Because my wife was changing jobs and she had like a couple of weeks off. Doing nothing, and then COVID, we like didn't think COVID is gonna be such a big deal lah. And the time the restrictions all didn't kick in yet, like whatever lah, flu only what. So we just booked for flights, and then we just booked a flight to Japan. And then in Japan they had this Mario Kart thing, and they have this weight limit for the Mario Kart thing. So before that, I don't care about my weight. I like don't care what I eat, what I drink. I just like very unhealthy, very unhealthy lah. I stepped on the weighing scale, I weighed 96 kg.
Oh.
I was 4 kgs away from 100.
Wow. Oh shit.
And when I was in secondary school, I was like 63.
Yeah, Nash D is like Oprah. He got a fat, skinny, fat, skinny, fat, skinny. You just need to scroll back to his Facebook profile, right? You can see, yeah, it's like he want to be skinny, he can be skinny. He want to be fat, he can be fat. He's a shapeshifter. Yeah. So, of course, it didn't cross his mind. Then suddenly, like, hey, what the fuck? Why am I overweight?
Yeah, so like,
why am I?
It's crazy. Then when okay, never mind. We did the whole trip, whatever. Then came back. Then we knew the restrictions were gonna kick in the following week. Then Rattle was also like pretty overweight back in the day, and he got into fitness journey.
Boxing.
Yeah, like going to the gym, and he lost a bunch of weight, and he's like super fit. So he was like also like another inspiration again. It's like, and I told him like, hey, how I don't lose weight. Then to me it was like, hey, clubs are gonna be closed. The time they say like 2 weeks closed or something like that, right? Then like, okay lah, it's the best time because I'm gonna stop drinking, and then I can eat healthy. So he gave me like a list of things to eat, what to eat and what not to eat, and then I did work out every day, 7 days a week. We did HIIT like in my house with my brother.
Meal prep.
Yeah, meal prep.
Crazy.
Because we were all at home, what?
Yeah.
And we cook, eat super healthy, and I lost like close to 15 kgs during that 21 to 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. Yeah. Then the club started opening back again.
I still remember that time, right, when we live streaming, right, then I don't know why, but Jeremy is like, hey, let's drink, man. Just like, rarely Jeremy drink, right. Then later he's like, hey, Nash drink lah. Then Nash is like, hey, bro, I'm not drinking now.
Yeah.
Then Charlene, hey, don't bluff lah.
I really stopped drinking.
Really stopped drinking, yeah.
Stopped drinking. I cut sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a big deal for me. Like last time I can finish the 1.5 liter, the Tropicana, the orange.
Oh shit.
That's the first thing I drink in the morning, bro.
What the fuck?
1.5 liter I can just finish, bro. So there's like sugar overload and just bad. It's really, really bad. So now I'm like a lot more balanced. So when the clubs reopened back again, I stopped working out at home and stuff like that. I wasn't really doing weights, just doing body weight, HIIT training. Then my weight started to increase back again because started eating a bit more unhealthy, then started drinking. This is back at Zula. Then I was like, okay, so cannot. I'm not happy. I don't like to be fat because I like to wear clothes, nice clothes. Then like my clothes so fit, I touch short. Then I like, okay.
You need to be in a constant state of oversized dressing.
Yeah.
If you fat, then it don't oversize already.
Correct.
Yeah.
Standard lah.
Yeah.
Standard, bro.
Correct. So I cannot. Yeah. Then I think I gained like maybe a couple of kgs. Then I told my wife. She also wanted to lose a bit of weight.
Okay.
The only way that this can work, right? You gotta pay a fella.
Wait, what?
You gotta pay a fella.
Oh, trainer.
You pay a trainer, then you already pay so much money already, but you better fucking train.
Might as well.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so that's when I was looking around for trainers. Then hey, Brenda is doing personal training, so I just hit her up. Then she got us in. So she's been training us. I think my wife has lost like what 10, 12 kgs. Yeah. So we've been with her. Now after the wedding, we're taking a break. So I think next week.
And Brenda is like definitely lead by example. You know, she don't like, hey, come and join me. You know, recently, literally like 5 hours, 6 hours ago, she literally posted a photo of herself having like ripped ass 6 packs. Yeah. And it's like, wow, shit, I'm convinced.
And the way she does the training is not like it's not forced.
Very gradual lah.
Yeah, very gradual, and then it's like also take into consideration about your lifestyle. Like for me, it's like I work in the nightlife. Like my sleep cycle is opposite. Like my eating cycle is opposite. Like she plans my food and everything.
Do you intermittent fasting?
I did at one period of time.
16/8.
Yeah. So like she will just introduce, okay, now you gotta do intermittent fasting. Okay. Before your show, I think maybe you can have this meal before your show, so that you have a bit of energy. Then she calculates like my calories. Because I burn a lot more calories than a regular person on my show days. Yeah, I clock a lot more steps because obviously we perform, right? So that she takes that into consideration and everything. So it's like it's a very wholesome thing. She really plans out. So now like okay, I'm very happy now.
Yeah, so
She will not happy about the beer I'm drinking now, but
yeah, fuck man, we can get Brenda on the podcast also.
Yeah.
Definitely can like, spill some tea, man.
Yeah.
A lot of shit to talk about also. Yeah. So what would you say your workout journey is like? Is it like a 7 days a week kind of thing?
So now I
you work out in a day or in the evening?
I woke up right before I go to work. So I start work about 9 plus, and then I woke up maybe at 6. So 6 to 7 I train, and then I go for dinner, then go to work. Yeah, I can't work out in the morning. I tried it once, failed.
Okay,
no,
no,
really didn't work out.
Yeah.
Okay, the morning is
no,
not good,
it's
bro.
not about the drinking. It's just I cannot function in the day. Because I'm so used to
You're so spent already.
Yeah, so used to it really. Yeah. But some people can.
I also cannot. Yeah, morning cannot, bro.
Different, yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, you ride absolute cycle. Hey, yeah, absolute cycle how?
Yeah.
But a lot of cardio burn, right?
It's the only cardio only, what, bro?
Cardio.
Then wouldn't you become smaller and smaller size?
Yeah, but then you won't be fit.
You'll be fit but not built lah.
Like
You
depend
won't
on-
have a shape.
Yeah. Hey, how you don't have
Okay, I'm sorry, I just feel like number one.
The only
Never thought, bro.
the only way you can like have a shape is you have to carry weights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Build muscle,
Yeah.
the frame, this kind of stuff.
And it applies for girls and guys. Like girls don't be like afraid to like lift weights. You won't be like bulky or what. Just use your shape.
If you lift weights and you straight away become buff, right, then I wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's like a testosterone thing lah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely a very interesting podcast. We really like reaching the 2-hour mark soon already. Yeah. So maybe we can like kind of close off this podcast with like future plans other than production, other than expanding your nights. Is there any like personal development? You recently got married, right? So music industry has been traditionally a very unstable scene, right? And then now recently you got married, and then like what is the trajectory to having kids or building a family kind of thing?
I guess like for right now it's like we don't own a house now, so that's the immediate goal is like, to buy our own place.
Renting is very expensive.
Renting is ridiculously expensive. So and I don't believe in buying houses previously, but then now rent is way too expensive. We need to buy a place now.
In Singapore only lah, I think. Malaysia still possible, right? Renting.
Yeah. Here is like ridiculously expensive lah. So that's I guess that's the kind of the goal now. Kids.
Wait, PR can do BTO?
So that's why my wife is converting to Singaporean.
Oh!
Yeah. So we're waiting on that lah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if she converts to Singaporean, then if she gets it, then
Then can BTO.
then can
Cannot BTO? Resale lah.
Yeah.
Can BTO.
Then resale, like all this stuff. I don't know. My wife handles it.
Okay.
Just like, yeah.
Yeah, it really is a partnership lah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, so I guess building a strong foothold in the country that you work in, creating some form of stability, then before like rushing into like parenthood lah.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's no like undo button for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess also especially for us, right, we are like born into like middle income or poor family, right? We wouldn't want the same for our kids.
Yeah.
We want our kids to be like, hey, come out happy, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I guess like there's a lot of things that we have to plan and think about before we make the next step, right? Especially into adulthood as well. Yeah. So anything else to tell our audience before we close this podcast? Wow, this is really our most full circle podcast. We literally talk about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like to the people who like are dreaming big and stuff like that, like don't give up. Like for a long period of my career, like I had a lot of setbacks, and like sometimes a certain thing will happen to me, like maybe in a year, like maybe 1 or 2 big events, and I will keep talking about it for like the whole year. Like wow, but after 15 years of DJing, and then now 6 months in Marquee, right? The whole of the 15 years, right? Whatever happened, right? Just compressed into the 6 months, and all the achievement is like literally week after week after week. It just it's like I feel it lah, and I want to tell everybody like like don't give up, and like if you really do your best, and you work hard at it, and then you build relationships, like, it will just come back to you. Yeah, so like at the end of the day, just be a nice person lah. It will come back to you lah. Just don't give up. Because I almost give up, and I'm very happy I didn't lah.
Yeah. Definitely something that we can learn about this. Most people cannot visualize a exponential growth. Everybody's just working a 9 to 5, looking at linearly. Hey, tomorrow I'm supervisor, tomorrow I'm a manager. You know, they don't understand how it looks like to work 15 years, eat shit, right? And then suddenly just bam, you know, you're worldwide. It doesn't come naturally to most. So for those pursuing an artistic career, right, bear that in mind. That's how your trajectory is going to look like. So with that, we conclude today's podcast. DJ Nash D.
Let's go! Woo!